Pregame, all thanks to Mark Spraybarn Myrtleford taking on the Lavington Panthers.
Jesus!
Corby Robertson almost took one of the great speckies you have ever seen in country football just then, hence the big cheer from the commentary box. Myrtleford playing Lavington in the twos. What a game as well. What's the final score, Monty?
Yeah, it was 10-7, 67 Lavy, 10-3, 63 Myrtleford. It's a 4-point win to the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to work out, is there a free kick after the siren here? Potentially an out on the full or something. So
No, the umpire paid it as a Lavy mark. So
a Lavy mark. So why we just got very excited was because Corby Robertson just stood on some shoulders and almost took a hanger right in front of us. So country footy broadcasting at its best, and that's where we are. Myrtleford Alpine Saints taking on the Lavington Panthers. Both sides coming into this contest 1-0, Monty, and a good chance we have seen in the last 2 years with Wodonga and North Albury how good it is to bank early wins.
yeah, you got to bank the first 5 or 6, don't you?
Yep.
And we saw that last year with North, and yeah, as you said, Wodonga as well over the last couple of years, they've probably scraped in the finals on the back of their start of the season. So whoever gets this win here, it's a massive start to them pushing into that top 5 come the end of the year.
It's going to be a very, very good game. Myrtleford Alpine Saints, we haven't seen him yet, but Matty Tabernar, Robbie, you reckon he's drawn another 500 people into the gates?
Well,
No, by the sound of
going
things.
on previous crowds here, I'd say no. It's sort of probably a whisker down, maybe.
Yeah, I reckon that's been the case at most games.
All
from what I'm
games
hearing.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's still a still a healthy crowd. There'd probably still be 1,500, 1,800 here.
I would say that.
You know, but we haven't really had any confirmation that Brody Riccardi was named as the emergency, and we saw him warming up. So, I don't know. Who knows? But I'd assume he is playing. I haven't had a look at the updated list on Play HQ. Might get our stats man for 40 Winks.
Yes.
David Wink onto that one.
He's got to find his phone. Really quickly, Winky, who are we taking a look at the stat sheet today, please?
So for Myrtleford, we'll take Jackson East, Mitch Tenardi, Bowen Collegiero, Kai Gusson, Tom Capillari. And then over on the Lavington side, really excited to see Ed Perryman play for the first time, take his numbers, young Jack Costello, Billy Glanville, Sean Driscoll, and then Nick Patton.
I like it. I like the look at it. We're going to take our final break because both sides are about to run out on the Lavington Panthers here on 2AY and Edge FM's O&M Live. Pre-game done and dusted for Mark Spraybarn. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Oh, looking forward to this one. Good feeling before the bounce. It is the Myrtleford Alpine Saints taking on the Lavington Panthers. A very warm welcome to you wherever you're tuning in from on this Easter Sunday. Hope the Easter Bunny was good to you. My name is Blake Panda Escott. Alongside me, my co-caller today is Robbie McKinlay. David Wink on the 40-wing stat shed. Now on the boundary, hopefully we are past our wireless microphone issues. I will touch wood. Scott Montgomery, have I got you out in the middle of the grounds?
Yeah, you do, Panda. Just out here talking to the locals and getting around. I've got Simon Plunkett next to me, just giving it to David Wink.
Yeah,
we're having a little chat about little Winky.
Can you tell him to stop ringing me, please, Mike?
Your mother. He said, no, he's going to annoy you, or now he knows you're on air all day.
What's he, Plunkett moved up here these days, has he?
No. I've been talking to the locals and I moved across to Mother, so...
Monty, conditions, wind, what's it like out there? What's the ground like?
It is as still as it gets, boys. The ground's in not too bad a nick. I actually thought it might have been a little bit better nick considering it's only round 2. So, it's not too bad. Not bad grass coverage, but it's quite hard in the middle. So, it'll be interesting as Tommy Hargrave and Mitchie Del Bosco come in for the toss of the coin.
We'll stay with you, Monty. What's the crowd look like from where you are?
Pretty good. Probably better than yesterday's crowd, I would have thought, Nelly. I think we'll get a better indication once the netball finishes and all the people over there who are supporting the netballs will come across. Probably add another 200 or 300 to the crowd number. So, yeah, we'll be looking at that 12 to 1,500 at the moment, I would have thought.
So the toss has been won by?
Mitchie Del Bosco has won it, and we'll kick to the town end.
All right, so the town Myrtleford end of the ground, the left of your radio dial. David Wink, once again, for our listeners who may be tuning in for the first time on O&M Snapprint Solutions TV, 2AY or Edge FM. Who are we taking a look at on the 40-wing stat sheet?
So for Myrtleford, we're going to take Jackson East, Mitch Tenardi, Bowen Calagero and Tom Capillari. We've just been told Kai Augusta is laid out, so I'll put a line through him. And over for Lavington, we'll take Ed Perriman, Jack Costello, Billy Glanville, Sean Driscoll and Nick Patton.
So big news, Monty, with big Kai Augusta, former Box Hill and Hurstbridge player. He's laid out for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, replaced by Brodie Riccardi.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed in that because we really wanted to see what he was like, didn't we? I think we've all spoken about him over the pre-season and saw his numbers after last week and thought, geez, it'd be good to watch him on an Easter Sunday blockbuster, but unfortunately don't get to see it this week.
Some of the big numbers last week for some of that mid-Brill brigade for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Winky, as you get your notebook, I've completely thrown you under the bus.
Number one's normally prepared.
Yeah,
number one's normally prepared.
Keep your notes from last week in front of you, Winky.
Look at him.
For last week, Jackson East had 32 disposals and 3 goals. I'll just wait for that siren to go. Bowen Calagero had 33. Mitch Tenardi had 28 disposals, went at 92%, but also laid 9 tackles. If you can get a recruit that comes in, has close to 30 disposals, lays 9 tackles, and at 92% doesn't turn the footy over. I reckon you found a good one there.
That's a good midfielder, isn't it? That lays tackles
Winky.
and defensive pressure.
What about for the Lavington Panthers? Keep your book out, Winky,
come on,
because
mate.
there were some midfielders that had some good numbers for them as well.
Yeah, young Jack Costello was unreal. He had, what did he have? 31 last week. He was sensational on the vision. Looked to be a really focal point of Lavington's offensive game coming out of D50. Billy Glanville had 25. Ed Perryman had 17 and 2 goals. Really excited to see him. I've heard big things about him coming out of Wagga. I know, Panda, you spoke to the Wagga boys in North Albury who really rate him, and I've heard the same things from my end. Nick Patton, he only had 13 disposals, but 92% with only 2 handballs. Classy ball user. If they can get the ball in his hands 20 to 25 times, Lavington will go a long way.
He has had a massive off-season. He looks like he's bulked up a little bit as well, the young rising star, but he's one to watch out for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and we touched on, I think you said, Panda, you watched the tape pretty closely, and just his kicking action has definitely changed. We watched it in the warm-up earlier on. It looks like he's really worked hard on that, because that was the one thing that probably let him down a little bit. He knows how to find it, but just hitting that target. Now, if he's done the work over the pre-season, which it looks like he has, he could go to another level.
Who wins for you, Big Mac?
Well, I've gone with Lavy. You know, I've got a little soft spot there too, but I still actually think they're a chance. I think Myrtleford's best footy will come about a month or so in, with a few new players in. But two sides I really do regard very highly. I think both these sides can play finals this year.
Winky, who wins?
Oh, I'm gonna go Myrtleford. Not with any confidence, though. I think this is going to be a really good game and a really close one, a 50-50 contest.
Scotty Montgomery.
You don't have to sit on the fence all the time, Winky. Like, it's going to be a good game, we know that, but Myrtleford will win by 4 or 5 goals.
I'm going to go Lavington. I picked them, and I'm going to stay with them. So,
Taberner full forward, boys.
yeah, he's a big boy too, Monty.
He is. Big Jono Spinner's going to get the job first up.
Look at the size difference between him and Brody Riccardi. We're underway in the first quarter, all thanks to A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live. Easter Sunday special. It's Lavy and Myrtleford as Riley Smith brings it out of the ruck. Punts it forward first for the Saints. Ball at ground level. Riley Sharp. Does he give away a high free kick, Monty?
Yeah, he does. Jesse Hart's going to get the first free kick of the day.
13 marks last week for Jesse Hart. 5 of those intercepts. He's a young star on the rise for the Lavy Panthers. Goes out wide, finds John Ospina, and he does have that match-up, Monty, on Big Taberner.
Yeah, he does, and I reckon that might be the thing. They'll try and use him, get him up the ground a little bit, try and get Taberner away from that forward 50 as much as they can.
Costello inboard, they find him, and Costello gives it off with a pass to Jesse Hart. Down the line, and with a free kick there to Jack Glanville. He would have taken the mark. Simon Curtis, a former Lavington premiership coach, is coming in a little bit late there. So Jack Glanville, the younger brother of Billy, the dad mix here today, and it's a nice chipping kick, and brother to brother. Billy Glanville has it, his first possession. Goes wide, finds John Ospina, picks up his second. He'll go short. Good ball movement here by the Panthers. And they should go forward from here.
Ed Perryman likes a lead in the pocket. It's a big rooster. Good fist from behind from Pethbridge. Riley Smith, the big ruckman, has to bend down a long way. They link up by hand through Calagero. His hand pass put East under pressure and the boundary line wins out. But early stages, Monty, good foot skills from Lavington. Looks like they've done a lot of work on that in the off-season.
Yeah, we spoke about it, didn't we, in the pre-game, that last year they were just to kick down the line and try and win contest once it hits the deck. But just watching that, they've gone back and forward across the ground a couple of times already, so I reckon they want to possess it as much as they can today.
Good ruck contest between Smith and Driscoll, the number 1 ruck for Lavington this year. Big Jack with Timmy Hanna going out to Howlong, and we have another boundary throw in, 65 around from Lavy's goal. No score. We played 1 minute and 45 seconds to be exact, and that's on the Macca's time clock first turn.
Yeah, jumper change for Tommy Capillari today. He's in number 3. Normally wears 22. And it's tackled there, and he's going to be indisposed. So the free kick's going to go against Tenardi. And Perryman has it. Too far out to score. Handball on now to Patton. Patton with a piercing kick, chopped out there by Riley Smith. Couldn't control the footy. Might have got a push in the back there. The Myrtleford player knocked out over the boundary line by Swinnerton, and it'll be a boundary throw in 35 metres around from the Lavington goal. 2.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. That's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. It's 0-all. Underground handball's good. Munro in return. Nice work to Tenardi. Doubles up. Sharp couldn't control it. Annette will go short. Kicks a good one. Finds Swinnerton. Told to play on. Didn't go 15. Went right. Went left. Goes wide. Chance here for Costello. Can't keep the ball in. Boundary throw in. 3 minutes have gone. Here's Panda for A-grade oils and batteries as the first quarter action here at the McNamara Reserve.
How many inside 50s, Winky, for Lavington?
That'll be the third one for Lavington already.
So they're dominating territory early here in this Easter Sunday special. Driscoll tried to grab it out of the ruck. Billy Glanville grabbed the footy. There's a whistle off the ball, Monty, for the Newey.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they paid.
Oh, he's held on for too long, Big Jack.
Yeah, it was umpire out of position, I reckon. So young Mason pulled that one.
Alrighty.
He prolonged the tackle, Panda.
He did. And here's Big Jack Driscoll, who's going to have to roost this every bit of 55 metres.
He'll go close.
You're calling it, Robbie?
He's got the journey.
He's a big boy. He's got a big foot. And let's see.
Good cricket season.
Yeah, absolutely. Starring for the Rock. So he is allowed to waltz to 48 metres, kicks it to the top of the goal square. Oh, big fly from Sean Driscoll, the namesake from behind. Diesel Beatty keeps it in, up against the boundary line, and Myrtleford through Simon Curtis. Kick it out of defence, finds Brodie Riccardi at half-back. What an exiting kick, Monty, from Simon Curtis.
Yeah, we know how good he is. It's going to be a 50-metre penalty here too, boys.
All 50.
Just moving on the mark, yeah, so we got told to hold.
But young Alex Bennett.
How good was that from Simon Curtis, boys? Just that kick. It wasn't the prettiest kick, but found the target. Fantastic.
That's a massive 50. That is an extraordinary amount as Riccardi runs inside 50. Spooner brilliantly intercepts. The pass that was meant for Taberner had a little bit too much gas on it. Big Jack's at half back now. Driscoll kicks long down the wing. Here's his namesake, Shawnee Driscoll. Handball now to Perryman. He'll go short, finds the Rooster. 80 out from goal. Open forward line. Kicks on a good one. Simon Curtis read it well. Couldn't take the mark though. Here's the go for him. Swinnerton, chipping kick inside half forward. Riccardi's there. Chance here now for Ryan. Swinnerton through one, spun around two. Left foot snap. And it's going to be marked by Pat Ryan in the forward pocket. 5 metres from the behind post. Very tight angle, Monty.
The work rate there from Pat Ryan, he was on centre wing on this side of the ground and just busted his butt to get inside 50, and he's ended up getting rewarded for that gut running and takes the mark and had that snap around the corner about 15 metres out.
So chance here for an early goal here for the Panthers. We've gone 5 minutes. Pat Ryan plays on, screws it around and has missed for a minor score. So we're on the board. Panthers one behind, Myrtleford yet to score. 5.5 minutes gone. That's on the game traffic and contracting a scoreboard.
First term for A-grade oils and batteries, and welcome to Myrtleford, Winky. I reckon you almost copped a left hook in the ribs through the wall. I reckon that's Funky Miller next to us as well. Not happy from that Riccardi entry early. Here's Diesel Beatty across half-back. Beautiful kick into the middle of the ground. If it sits for Tenardi, it will. The Saints can move it out to the far wing. Good kick. Riley Smith's in a paddock. 2 kicks from home. Open 50. Riley Sharp leads, ignores that. And not a good kick, looking for Murphy Dale over his head. And Jesse Hart, exits defence for the Lavington Panthers. He kicks to centre wing, and Perryman's had a stack of footy early.
Yeah, Perryman, true centre wing, which is a good kick. Hart intercepted it. Costello loves to run.
Running power.
This is their strength for the Panthers. We've seen it already. Costello kicks it inside forward 50. On the lead, good grab, Sean Driscoll. Marks 35 out directly in front.
I don't think he was the intended target. I reckon Alex Swinton standing there all by himself was who Jack Costello was going to. But Sean Driscoll just read it off the boot beautifully and got to it first, and a really good grab. And just that ball movement from back half, forward half so far from the Lavington Panthers has been first class, been able to hit some targets up around the wings, and it's given them good looks inside 50.
And Monty back the other way. Myrtleford have had a couple of entries and they've butchered him as well.
Absolutely, they have. And just that one there, Lockie Dale didn't really keep his eye on and went to spin back around, and then Jesse Hart coming out, and it was a great interception to take that one at ground level.
The 2023 equal leading goal kicker, Sean Driscoll for the Panthers, comes in, kick on the way, they like it, they clap it all the way through, so the Panthers get the first, 1-1-7, they lead Myrtleford yet to score, 7 minutes gone, and I'd reckon, Winky, for 40 winks, the inside 50s would indicate the lead on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right, Robbie. 5 inside 50s to Lavington early here compared to Myrtleford's 2. It's finally a bit of reward for Lavington on the scoreboard. Ed Perryman started this game on fire with 4 early touches, but all 4 of them have been classy.
They certainly have. The foot skills for Lavington just standing out for mine early, not panicking with the football.
Really good composed.
Run and carry. Yeah, out of defence, it's been first class. So Shawnee Driscoll, what an outstanding year he had last year. Team of the year season. And he started 2025 on fire. Here's Tenardi, just looks clean. Shovels it back to Calogero, off a step behind the centre circle. Tumbling kick inside forward 50. Riley Sharp has to work hard at ground level. Going in there was Jackson East. Nick Newton picked it up for the Panthers, and they work it out by hand. Newton's kick just missed his target there in Clemson. Too far past him, and Calogero, fresh off 33 touches. Left foot kick's a beauty. Declan Bren just dropped it at the last minute, right in front of Scotty Montgomery, 75 from home boundary side for Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, again, Lavington's look so sharp, don't they, by hand, linking up across half-back line. Just that kick missed the target, but they've looked very sharp early on.
Driscoll took up front position. Oh, intercepted nicely by Capillari. Kicks the ball long towards Taberner. One juggle at it, and they defend it to the boundary line. Chris Annette there showing his experience. And it'll be a boundary throw in just 5 metres around from the behind post. This is Myrtleford's big chance. A chance there maybe for a free kick towards Taberner, but it was given the all clear. That's a high throw. Didn't have a lot of depth. Driscoll taps it again towards the boundary. Newton, hurried kick to half-back. Oh, coming through hard with a bit of purpose was Calvane. Calogero now tumbles it inside forward 50. Big pack form. Panthers have got the numbers at the back. Spina's there, gathered by Annette. Couldn't gather it in the end. Well done, nice inside handball to Jack Costello. He might have been pinged here. He got away with one there. Myrtleford continue to attack. They've got numbers. Netball court, side of the ground. Ball out over the boundary line, 60 metres around from the Myrtleford Gold. Lavington leads 7-0. We've gone 9 minutes for A-grade oils and batteries.
A hot start early, Monty. Both pressure up from both sides.
Absolutely it is, and just with the sharpness of both teams' movement between the arcs, it's going to be a hot footy, and some blokes going to have to get a rest very soon. 9
played. Macca's time clock, opening term for A-grade oils and batteries, and it's the Panthers by 7. A free kick here to Riley Sharp out of the ruck. He's 55 from home. He's going to kick it up to Taberner. He's got 2 to beat, not able to. Hart and Spina manhandle him. Capillari on the right, 20 out, high up and under. It's passed through for a minor score from Capillari. Number change today, wearing number 3. And Myrtleford Alpine Saints are on the board. 1 behind to Lavington 1-1-7. We've played 10 minutes. Robbie McKinlay for the Northo Hotel. Great to have the Northo on board in 2025.
Yeah, I heard you were spotted down there midweek.
Certainly was. They've got a monster palmy. It is huge.
Yes. 2
schnitzels glued together, I reckon, Robbie, with cheese. I'm telling you now.
You went back the next night to finish it off. They said, just stick this in the microwave for me, boys. I was here last night.
What's the gravy like there, Panda?
Unbelievable.
Patton kicks it to the centre of the ground, if you don't mind. The Rooster was there. Brought it to ground. Driscoll. Shawnee was tackled by Calogero and umpire Warwick Henderson.
Already straight away, just from that kicking, boys, that just shows that Adam Snyder's taking the reins off a little bit and let him go. Try and take it on into dangerous positions at the ground.
Yeah, big time, Mont. Big Jack's been good early in the ruck. Quick kick by Tommy Hargraves. Might be his first. And Shawnee Driscoll, he's found a way to mark that Panther. True centre wing for the Panthers. They lead 7-1.
Hand passes to Costello. Talked about his running power. There's the kicking inside forward 50. Oh, behind, getting 2 hands to it was Newton. Wasn't able to mark. Looks dangerous running forward. Looks like he's pretty much playing everywhere, Monty, for Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, they're having a rotation forward, so Newton's come out of the middle and gone forward, so that's why he was down there for that contested mark.
Stoppage inside 50. Coming through with pace was Swinnerton. Tried to find Driscoll by hand. That was Sean. Swinnerton gets it back. His kick was ordinary. Diesel Beatty off his chest. Myrtleford defence working hard here. Kai Davies, hand pass it to Hargrave. Tries to shrug off. Left foot kicks the tumbler. Lands about 20 from home. The big Rooster comes out and meets it. Onto Jake O'Brien.
Oh.
Banana from the pocket. Wanted the spectacular. Got the ordinary effort instead. And it's through for a minor score. The Panthers 1-2-8. Myrtleford 1 behind. That's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. David Wink, 40 winks, 11 minutes played.
6 inside 50s to Lavington here. So for only the 1 goal, they really want to take advantage of the time in forward half.
Mopped up nicely by Sanson, midfield. On to Billy Glanville. Nice old knee in the guts there for Bevan. Kai Davies knocks over his old mate, and he comes back in for a little bit more to the old Bren gun. Davies has got 2 of them in arrested. That's good work by Kai Davies. They're a bit distracted there, the Saints. And Mick Del Bosco, the captain, takes a good mark at half-back. Just to steady the ship down there, Panda. 12.5 minutes gone. And Lavington lead 8-1. And that is on the Macca's time clock, that 12.5 minutes.
Brodie Riccardi plays on at half-back. Really ordinary kick.
That's 2 from Brodie.
Not sure what he was even looking at, Monty. Intercepted by Jesse Hart on centre wing.
Yeah, there was no Saints jumpers there at all. There was 3 Lavy jumpers, so I'm not sure what he was looking at.
Jack Glanville sells a bit of candy in the middle of the ground. His kick was ordinary as well. Jackson East getting back in the hole like a good defender. takes a mark in his own D50. Goes out wide to the netball south side of the ground. Here's Tabernar. First touch in Saints colours. Left foot kick is really poor. Welcome to Myrtleford, Matt. It's been intercepted by Swinnerton. Left foot kick into the pocket is ordinary as well. Game's just gone down a few levels here in the first quarter. 13 minutes played for Maccas. We've got a boundary throw in 45 around Monty from Myrtleford's goal.
Yeah, as you said, the skill levels dropped a little bit. I think it's because of how hot and heavy the game was for the first 8 or 9 minutes. So both teams now just trying to find a groove and just trying to get their breath back with lots of rotations happening down here ground level.
Lavington's goal, I should say, Big Mac.
And if you watch it and you're playing Upper Murray 2s, feel good about yourselves, boys. The last minute hasn't been great. Inside forward 50 here for the Panthers. Knocked out, no one there, and here's a chance for Diesel Beatty. Robbed by Shorty Driscoll. Was he pushed? He sits over it. Umpire says, give it to me. Ball up, 35 out from the Lavington goal. They lead 8-1, 13.5 minutes gone. Easter Sunday action. High, kick up and under from the Rooster. It didn't carry the required 15. It went high enough. Here's a chance. Clemson, off half back. Handball was good. Found Charlie Douglas. He uses the ball nicely. He found Billy Glanville. He'll go short. They found a bit of space here. It's young Swinnerton. He's a lively type Panther. I don't think he's got the journey, but he should get plenty of depth here.
He's had a few early touches, has Alex Swinnerton. Runner-up in the bushies last year, and finds a spare man in Jack Glanville in the pocket right in front of the scoreboard. It would take a big effort from here, Monty.
It will, and it's just really lazy checking there from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Just allowing guys to run into holes like that, and Swinnerton was really good to pick it up, but now it's going to be very difficult to kick from here.
He's a chance, this kid. He is a skill machine.
He is
There's
indeed.
no chance now you said that, Robbie.
The Moz man.
I like to back him early.
He's not a B man, he's a Moz man. Our man, Big Mac. So Jack Glanville in front of the scoreboard, take a really good effort, parked up against the boundary. Good to see him get a good run out of it with injury. Made his senior Lavy debut last week, punched over the boundary line for a minor score. So Lavington pressing 1-3-9 to Myrtleford, yet to kick a goal. One behind, 15 minutes played for Maccas. First term for A-grade oils and batteries, but we'll go around the ground soon. David Wink for 40 Winks.
Sean Driscoll and Billy Glanville, Ed Perriman, all with 4 early touches here for Lavington. Really started this game well.
Del Bosco got a bit of depth in the kick in. Myrtleford now get at midfield. Capillari got around on his left through the centre of the ground. Piercing kick to half forward. Riccardi couldn't quite trap it. Panthers now turn it over. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien's handball was smothered. Ball's in the centre of the ground here. Pat Ryan couldn't take control. Calogero now for Myrtleford. Handball over the top. Riccardi with ball in hand. Inside handball to Munro. And all on his own. He should take the mark. He does take the mark on the second bite. Was Lockie Murphy-Dale, and he'll have a shot from about 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Just really smart there from Lockie Murphy-Dale. He had Chris Annette, who's doing the close check-in on him, and he'd run up to try and help the team, Lavington, get the ball when they had possession, but he just snuck out the back and was a little bit too smart, and good juice going inside 50 this time by the Saints.
So Lockie Murphy-Dale comes in now, kick on the way, drop punt, he pushes it to the left, and it gave it no chance, so that's the second behind now to the Saints. They got 2. Lavington 1-3-9. 16.5 minutes gone. Only 1 goal scored. Panda in a low-scoring affair. We're doing it for A-grade oils and batteries.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. It's a low-scoring affair over at the Lonsdale Reserve, Winky.
Yeah, Wangara Magpies leading by 2 points over Yarrawonga. Oh, Yarrawonga's just kicked a goal, so they're leading 6-2.
Alrighty.
Who kicked it, Winky?
He'll get back to us.
Yarrawonga.
As Charlie Sanson,
Nick Fothergill
finds Ed Perryman. Hargrave lowers the eyes again, doesn't blaze away. Lavington to move the ball to half forward. O'Brien with a bullet-like kick into the pocket, just hits the turf. Jack Glanville swings around on the left and hits the post. Really good build-up for Lavington. They're peppering the goals. Would like one of these to go through. They lead 1-4-10. Really should have finished there, Jack, to Myrtleford 2 behinds. They lead by 8 points. That was too easy, Monty. Boundary side for Coral, better electrical.
I know it was too easy, or just how good Lavington are using it by foot at the moment. The way they're going end-to-end is looking very dangerous for other teams.
Yeah, they're fast and fit. And the Macca's time clock, we've ticked over 17 minutes. Chance here for Sharp. Might have given Hart a push. Doesn't matter. Smith. Bill Riccardi. He's got the free kick.
Yep, just
that
the arms
probably
went
might
around.
fall in Lavington's favour, that actually. Just slowed it down a bit, get a chance to get a few back. Declan Bren's on his own to the left. Riccardi decides he'll go towards Tabernar, and he's found him. Gee, that's a beautifully weighted kick into space. Tabernar marks. 10 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Just see Jono Spinner on the mark there, asking that umpire about getting shoved in the chest, and that's just body work from a key forward that's played at the highest level.
Tabernar comes around and he snaps his first goal in his return to the McNamara Reserve, and the first goal for Myrtleford here in the Easter Sunday clash. Lavington lead it by 2 points. We have gone around about 19 minutes.
So Byron Caragello has really started this game really well. He's had 5 of the early disposals. Myrtleford really making the most of their inside 50s. Have had 6 but have scored 3 times, as opposed to Lavington, who have had the 9, only managed the 1 goal.
So Lavington should have kicked a goal up the other end there. They've had a few opportunities. Adam Schneider would be pretty dirty. 1-4-10, they lead over Myrtleford. 1-2-8. Good to see Matty Tabernar snapping in front of his Myrtleford Alpine Saints faithful to the town end. Here come the Panthers out of the middle again. Did Swinnerton get held by Del Bosco? Umpire says play on. Forrest intercepts. Clears it as far as he can out of there. That is deliberate every day of the week in the AFL. We're lucky we're not playing in the AFL. Boundary throw-in, 75 around from Lavington's goal, far side of the ground. Monty, who are you liking down on ground level early stages opening term?
For someone I haven't seen before, Jack Glanville looks very, very lively, and I reckon he's going to be a very dangerous proposition for defenders coming up during this year.
Munro, centre wing, chips it. It's a genuine one-on-one contest. Riley Smith was there, the big fella, played it like a rover. Kicks it down the line, and Tabernar marks in front of Spina. Well, 35, 40 metres out, and he's going to have his shot on goal. He's got a very deliberate approach here. He marks it in front of his man on the mark and steps back 9, 10 metres, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 21, 2, 3. Geez, that's a lot. That's 26 steps, Panda.
See the way he got the ball out the back there, just hard work running there. He worked his body again on Jono Spinner early and was able to get that metre, a little bit of clearance away from him. Tight
angle, Tabernar for goal number 2. And his reaction is that he's pushed it and it's just snuck in for a minor score. 139 Myrtleford, Lavington 1-4-10. That's on the game, traffic and contracting scoreboard. And from the Macca's time clock, we've gone 20 minutes.
Who are some of the leading stat winners, Winky, for 40 winks in the opening term?
So Byron Calogero again with the 5. Mitch Tenardi and Tom Capillari have got 3 apiece, while Glanville, Shawnee Driscoll and Ed Perryman have all got 4 for Lavington.
So Calvin, the former Rowley coach, is marked from the kick-in. Another chance for Myrtleford to go back into attack. Goes short to Tenardi. 8-time best and fairest winner, Mitch. Lowers the eyes beautifully, finds Calogero, who's snuck forward, Bowen. I reckon he's got the distance from about 50 on a 45-degree angle, Monty.
Yeah, so do I. And just that movement there didn't stop working once the ball had been taken inside 50 and was able to get on a good leading lane, and just a little bit too powerful for Jack Costello. But just the way both teams now are starting to possess the footy, it can be dangerous to the back 6 of each side.
Featured and drive the training last year, Bowen. He's got a bit of sizzle, this man. The boy from Shepparton. Back me up, Bowen. I reckon he's snuck it home for a seal line goal today. A big finish from 50. Myrtleford through Tabernar and Calogero have kicked the last 2, and the lead is out to 5 points. Latter stages of the opening term for game, traffic and contracting. Monty?
Yeah, again, just the way he just did not give up on it. Bowen Calogero stayed alive. I'm liking his move up to a wing rather than off half back so far in this game. He's looked very, very lively on the 40-wing stat sheet, as Winky has told us.
That's up to 6 disposals for Bowen, really taken off from where he started last week.
Yeah, good work, Panda and Monty. You said, yeah, he can probably should make the distance. Why don't you go the next step and make a prediction? Will he kick it or not? That's your next phase in your game, boys. I'd love to see.
Once you're confident you do it, Robbie, you just got to be sure.
Just got to stick your neck out sometimes, boys. That's what the punters want out there. Most people can kick that distance in this level of football, Pan. Just give us the accuracy.
He did back me up, Bowen.
He sort of supported it. Smith kicks it inside forward 50 again, and coming through was Capillari, couldn't get it. Good quick hands. Annette onto Patton. Quick hands to Costello. Now onto Nick Newton. Gee, they moved the ball quick here. Onto Ed Perryman from Billy Glanville. Handball over the top. Davies. Inside forward 50. It goes with a high up and under. Get underneath that. Ball hits the deck. Ground level. Knocked off, it was Ryan. Chance here out the back for Jack Driscoll. Drives it long to the goal square. Chance here for the Rooster. Driscoll! Shawnee! Flew high. back in front.
Yeah, just that inside 50 from Kai Davies wasn't the best, but Lavy stayed involved and got it back in there again. And Shawnee Driscoll, we've just seen, he's probably the most improved player over the last 2 or 3 years. Just keeps getting better and better every game he's playing at this level, and I'm loving his work across half forward already to start this year.
I find it ironic that Big Jack was the one that kicked it to Small Sean.
Yeah. What about the slick ball movement? Those quick hands through the middle of the ground there. They're just, Glanville, Perryman involved. They're slick. They're fast and slick. Shawnee Driscoll has kicked one behind already. Comes in and kicks a goal. So the Panthers nudge in front by a point. He's got 2, in fact. Sorry there, Sean. 16-15 they lead. 23 and a half minutes gone on the Macca's time. How are those inside 50s going, Winky? It'd be line ball in my opinion.
Inside 50s, Lavington's got 10 as opposed to Myrtleford who've got 8, but that goal there resulted in Lavington's big guns all getting involved. Perryman, Costello, Glanville all getting involved up the ground. Even Nick Patton started across half back. Sean Driscoll, nice work to finish it off there.
Good work, Winky, for 40 Winky.
Yeah. Good work,
Tommy
Winky.
McGrath very happy with your work in 2025, I can assure you of that.
Is he?
He said, find me a stats man that has the name of my business in the name, and we have in David Wink. He's the best in the business. Back in the middle.
Not a lot of 40s out there, is there?
No. Here's Riley Smith, only just got that.
Yeah.
Tunnels at forward to half forward. I'm a bit slow on Easter Sunday. That's a really good mark. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day from Nick Patton. Like the look of this left leg. Chipping ball, finds Spina. Defensive side of the square. Gives it back to Nick Patton, racking up the 40 Winkies. Kick out to the wing. Just overrunning it was Sean Driscoll. Costello gets the handball received from Costello, then hand pass it to Space, strangely enough. Should have set fire for goal. Costello tries to break past one, hands it off to Billy Glanville, who could have blazed away, and instead he finds Nick Newton in the pocket, and he will line up right in front of the scoreboard. It'll take his best effort from here, but I reckon Nick's got it in him as well.
Yeah, so do I, actually, Panda, but how smart there from Billy Glanville. Didn't blaze away from midfield, and normally they just have a flying shot from there, but saw the better option and used him, and now they have a shot from 30 out, slide angle.
Will he kick it, Mon?
I just said, I reckon I'll back him in.
Panda?
Yep, I reckon so as well. So Nick Newton on North Melbourne's VFL list. Lavy would love to see a lot of him in 2025. Spent time with the GWS Academy. Kick is poor, and it's through for a minor score.
It's your fault, Robbie.
2-5-17 Lavington to Myrtleford 2-3-15. 25 minutes played for Macca's. That's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, it would have been a nice little one as we're rather deep into time on, first quarter. It's for A-grade oils and batteries, and Simon Curtis brings it in. He finds Lockie Murphy Dale, a short kick. Finds Jackson East. He'll probably go down the line. He does. He heads north. Driscoll from behind, brought it to ground. Handball by Clemson was pretty good. Fist here. Nice work by Patton. Intercepted by Munro. Hurried handball. Riccardi's tap was clever. Miotti might have been held up.
Yep.
He was. The ball's going to come back. So Miotti, Warwick Henderson there ruling the mark. Drives it long. Targets Tabernar. He's got the box seat. Good spoil from the side. I think it was Young Hart.
Yep.
Now it's gathered through the middle ground here by Costello. Runs with it. Gave it to Hargraves. Handball over the top now. They're moving it nicely. Here's a chance for Sanson. Delivers it now. On to Newton. And on the siren. It was a contest in the forward pocket. It ended up out over the boundary line. But good opening quarter. Lavington 2-5-17. Panda lead Myrtleford 2-3-15.
Opening term done and dusted for A-grade oils and batteries. Stay with us on O&M Live, an Easter Sunday special, and on O&M Live on 2AY Edge FM and O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. You will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Welcome back to the McNamara Reserve here in Myrtleford, where Lavington hold a slender 2-point advantage over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, 2-5-17 to the Saints 2-3-15. Blake Panderescott with you, the Big Mac McKinlay, David Wink in the house, and Scotty Montgomery as well. Over to Winky for the Albury Vital Air Quarters Best. Albury Vital Air now in Wangaratta, helping you breathe easier day and night. Winky?
I thought Jesse Hart down in defence for Lavington was unreal. He really attacked the ball coming out of there and rebounded nicely. Billy Glanville had the 7 disposals worked into it late in the quarter. Also thought young Alex Swinington was very lively up forward as well.
What about for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints?
For Myrtleford, Byron Carangelo had 6 disposals, looked really lively.
Kicked a goal.
They kicked the goal. They're going to Matt Taberner a lot. I think they need to just lower the eyes. There's plenty of options, but I think Big Riley Smith in the ruck too has shown a lot. He's probably had 3 or 4 clearances as well, got the ball and bombed him in forward, but I think he's going to be a big asset to Myrtleford over this season.
Well, he's keeping Toby Cossa out of the side at the minute, who's a really young upcoming ruck as well. We'll cross down to the boundary, Scotty Montgomery for Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical. And you said before, Monty, look out the back, boys. It is about to piss down at the McNamara. It's
coming. There's a few drops starting to hit now, boys, but I reckon about 2 or 3 minutes, it could be a fairly good shower come through. So anyone who's got a poncho running around the ground that's listening, just don't be scared to bring it over to me. But listening to both teams, Myrtleford, that is just Funky Miller's big message to his back six was we weren't anticipating the turnover enough. We sort of just watch the ball, Lavie win it, and then we're reactive, and therefore with their leg speed, they're getting us out the back a little bit too easily. Well, Adam Snyder was really happy with the way they possessed the footy, got it through the middle, but he just thought their inside 50 kicks were letting them down just a little bit too much. They need to make sure they put a bit more of a higher price on it going inside 50 so it's not turning over so quickly on them.
Just check the radar. Yeah, it looks pretty nasty behind us.
Yeah, no, it's dark.
Yep, 5 or 10 minutes away. Maybe they could put the lights on here at the McNamara.
Every
time you seem to come here, Monty, it seems to piss down.
I have been here in a few ordinary days, that's for sure. And one day it was sun out, but it was just a mud bath. I was up here for when Wangaratta beat the Saints a couple of years ago.
And that was when you couldn't tell 2 teams apart.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep, the only person you could tell it on the ground was Matty Kelly because he was bald.
And Reedy, the 2 baldies.
So 2-5-17 Lavington. They would want to just sharpen that up a little bit in this second term for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Jump into Jaco. Big Mac, you'd be getting to that stage of your life where you and Kath going to get a Jaco?
Look, I admire people who get in caravans and enjoy it, but it's not for me.
Right.
Yeah, to be honest. But
hello to all the caravanning crew on Easter long weekend.
If I was going to get one, though, to be a Jaco.
It would indeed.
I've seen enough of them at our outside broadcast we've done.
Yes, absolutely. What about you, Winky? You're a caravan man?
Nah, camping is not for me. Caravanning, not for me at all, Blake.
Well,
not in the slightest interested.
My parents just bought a Jaco, so
Did
they'll
they?
be hitting the road very much soon.
Good on them.
Speaking of caravans, just talking to Luke Garland, he's been in the car for 24 hours going to pick up the old man from near the Northern Territory border that had a bit of a mishap on the caravan adventure.
Oh, no. Well, he needs to get a Jaco, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think that might be the issue.
Jumping to Jaco. Here's the Big Mac for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Second term underway. It's the Panthers by 2 points.
Well, here's Jumping Jack and Riley Smith. O'Brien for Lavington. He couldn't gather it on the first occasion. It was good work by Jackson East. He closed in on Jakey O'Brien and have created a ball-up. Umpire Mason Ring, who was down at the Wangaratta Rovers ground on Friday in a capacity as emergency umpire. Oh, might have got one high there. Now, this time O'Brien does get clean hands. Left foot kick. Inside forward 50, Winky. Now it goes back from Del Bosco. Good work there by Glanville. Jack gets it again, Jack Glanville. He's caught this time, and it's told to play on. So Mason Ring really letting this game go, and I don't mind that. And it's going to be a ball-up Panda. 55 out from the Lavington goal. They lead by 2 points. Early stages, second quarter for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga.
Yeah, the Big Mac and Panda with you for the Northo Hotel in Wangaratta. Calagero over the head hand pass to Big Riley Smith, who's a bit more agile than I thought. Big Riley. Apologies to all the ruckmen out there. On the ground, Matty Munro had a big off-season Munza. Found a snake in his car not long ago. Not sure how that got there. Hargrave, not sure how he missed his boot. Hand passes to Swinnerton. Went without the football. Calagero dives over it. And after all that, we're going to have a ball up. Bit of scrappy play on the edge of the 50. Lavington kicking towards the town end, and that's where the ball is.
Very well officiated, I thought, from Mason.
Riley Smith just throws the Lavy ruckman out of the way and then kicks a high one in the middle of the McNamara. Ball out to bounce. East grab the football, kicks it out of the scrimmage. But it's all Panthers here on the wing, one of whom is Alex Bennett, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, AB gets the handball over the top to Paddy Ryan. Switch to Billy Glanville. Look away, handball now to brother Jack. Short left foot pass. Here's a chance for Swinnerton. He's busy. He paddles it. Boundary line's tight. He stays with it, young Swinno. Beautiful handball to the Rooster. The Rooster has a snap on goal. Don't tell me. No, not quite. Gee, slick ball movement from the Panthers. They pick up a minor score. They lead 2-6-18. Myrtleford 2-3-15. 2 minutes gone on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Monty?
Yeah, just very, very sharp, wasn't he? Just the way he got around the footy there. Alex Swinnerton just clean and just wasn't able to finish the big Rooster. They're the ones he normally kicks.
Played a full year in Murray Bushrangers, did young Swinnerton last year. Came runner-up in their best and fairest, so the boy can play. Because the man that won it was Joe Berry, who's now on Port Adelaide's list. And I give you a pump-up, Alex.
That's always the way, Panda.
Drop an easy, uncontested mark over the boundary line.
Blame you for that.
Yeah. I'll shout you frothy if you're 18 after the game, Alex. Not sure he is.
He's a lovely boy. I reckon he'd take it.
I reckon he would indeed.
He could be 12.
Boundary throw in. Big Riley Smith in front of Jack Driscoll. Picking the ball up was Paddy Ryan at ground level. Big tumbling kick forward on the wing. Clean bowls Matty Tabernar. Riccardi in a tussle at the back here with Bennett. Tabernar lends a hand, tries to underground hand pass it to Riccardi, but Hart does well, shovels it back to Annette. Goes by hand to Bennett. Good tough footy right in front of our commentary position here. Riccardi to get pushed in the back. Umpire says no. Ball up right in front of Scotty Montgomery for Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, how good's that? That's all they needed to do to split that contest there because it could have been quite dangerous. A lot of one-on-ones inside 50 for Myrtleford, but a really good battle there from Lavington.
Yeah, Jesse Hart, superb. He got that quick hands, and the first thing he thought about was putting a block on Matt Tabernar. Aggressive competitor. Capillari. Warwick Henderson has said the free kick's actually going to go the other way.
Nah, I think he's just saying there was no advantage.
It's Matty Munro. So good umpiring by Hendo. Munro's kick, it's got to be good, and it is good. It finds Diesel, Beatty. Kick over the top. Myrtleford now, long kick. Top of the gold square, knock through. Good work again by Jesse Hart. And they get a rush behind. So I think Declan Brendan might have been on the end of that one.
Damon Harrington.
Sorry, Damon Harrington. Good spot, Monty. So behind to Myrtleford. They trade behinds, the two sides, to start the second quarter. Lavington lead 18-16, and it's for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga on the C&V truck and bus scoreboard.
Patton has pumped that 60 metres out of the kick in. There's a whistle in the middle of the ground.
A block.
It's going to be the way of the big rooster.
It is for a block. Hands it off here to Shawnee Driscoll. Runs 20, kicks from the centre circle. Looking for Nick Newton. Good fist from Riley Forrest. The defence from Myrtleford holding up. Coming through as Maraca. I reckon he's going to get a whistle. A free kick against Tommy Hargrave for a little jumper hold. And Maraca.
It's got to be a little bit better with that kick going inside 50. They were out there, Lavington.
And should have been a bit better with that kick, Maraca. It's intercepted by Billy Glanville. Goes short. Edge of the attacking square here. It's Jake O'Brien. A congested 50 awaits for the Panthers. Dark clouds overhang the McNamara reserve. Kicks it into the pocket. Oh, Glanville almost paid the mark. Munro just got a fist in at the last minute, and the boundary line sees the footy 30 metres around from Lavi's goal. 2-6-18 they lead. Myrtleford 2-4-16 on the C&V truck and bus scoreboard. David Wink for 40 winks.
Early in this quarter, Lavington have already gone inside 54 times. Just not making the most of their chances.
The Rooster won the tap to O'Brien. Snapshot.
Hits the stick.
Hits the stick. Jakey O'Brien minor score. So he's second behind for the afternoon. Panthers, they're 7th. 2-7-19. Myrtleford 2-4-16. They do have history has been inaccurate, the Panthers, over the last couple of years.
They do. Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, I believe Blake Newton has kicked a goal for the Wangaratta Magpies in from the bushes, and Xavier Laverty has kicked the last two, and Wang lead by 2 points over Yarrawonga. The Easter Sunday special over at the Lonsdale Reserve. As the Alpine Saints bring it in, Tabernar with Spina hanging off him. Spools away of Nick Ferguson, kicks to half forward, just lands inside attacking 50. Really clever by Sharp to tap it to the advantage of the man running past him, Riccardi. He socks it off the ground. It's an open goal square. It's rolling very slowly. Bennett beats Riccardi back and then feigned to rush it over the boundary line and decided to keep it in. What are you doing, Alex? Kick was ordinary. Maraca picks it up, snaps, and in the end, Bennett saved the day on the goal line. In fact, it was Jesse Hart. Kicks it out towards the broadcast side. Spina in trouble. Hands it off to Ryan. Good pressure from the Saints. Glanville onto the Jack Costello. Kicks it off a step and it's been intercepted by Curtis on centre wing.
Goes short. Munro, half volley. Handball back to Curtis. Chased by Swinnerton. Pressure was good. I didn't have a Jakey O'Brien. Play on was a call. Spinning out of trouble there was Harrington. Kicks it inside forward 50. Sharp towards Murphy Dale. They'll mop up here, Glanville. Now, on to Ed Perryman. Ed Perryman now kicks it across, goal. And it's taken here by Charlie Douglas. And his kick's a good one. They're just using the ball a little bit better at the moment, the Panthers. And Shawnee Driscoll, who took the mark, kicks it to Billy Glanville. Between wing and halfback, Panthers lead by 3 points.
Bit of a chess game in the Minamonte boundary side for Corowa Tiles.
It is, isn't it? Both defences are holding up really, really well with a lot of pressure coming their way. Now, Lavy just going to try and take the heat out of the game for a little bit and possess it for a while.
Like the look of this kid, Jack Glanville. Smooth mover. Kicks to half forward. A big, big defensive fist from Simon Curtis. Punches it over the boundary line. What are you noticing on the deck, Monty, for Corowa Better Electrical?
Just the work rate of the key bigs down each end are really, really high at the moment, especially the defensive bigs. They're really standing up strong. The midfield's working very hard in between the arcs, but they're letting themselves down with their kicking, hitting that half forward and that guy in between. Very
dark here at the McNamara Reserve. Almost need the lights on. It's going to rain any second. Boundary throw-in, 65 around from Lavi's goal. They lead by 3 points, 19-16. Myrtleford defence under immense pressure. Munro onto Beatty. His hand passes not good enough for Tenardi. And the boundary line wins out. Winky, who's lighting up that 40-wink stat sheet? Boundary throw-in.
Billy Glanville's already had 5 disposals this quarter, running an absolute muck here in the first 5 or so minutes.
Of course, if the rain does come, Panda, it's the team who makes the transition into wet weather football
the quickest.
Quite often will benefit.
Who does it suit more, you reckon, boys?
Oh, you'd think possibly Myrtleford because they're probably not as quick as the Panthers.
Oh, they're pretty quick.
Yeah, but not as quick as this mob, Mont, I don't reckon. If Myrtleford have got an Achilles heel, it's against opposition who are quick. And the Panthers have shown that.
Their ball use has been fantastic
pretty
in the
sleek.
first quarter and a half, the Panthers.
So boundary throw in, centre wing, club room side of the ground. Lavington lead by 3 points. Kai Davies won the tap. Myrtleford through Mitch Tenardi, mop up, kick it towards half forward. Mark spilt by Murphy Dale. Good handball by Patton. On to Perryman. Now on to Douglas. Short throw Bryan. Handball intercepted. Murphy Dale drives it long. Sharp marks. 50 out from goal. This is their chance. Get it in quick there, big Sharpie. Tabernar there on his own. And things have slowed, so the kick's going to go long. Top of the goal square. Tabernar gets a bit of a run at it. Ball out over the back. Panthers got big numbers here. Bennett to Hart. Hart goes long. Kicks a bit tricky. Maraka marks. Told to play on. Inside kick. Clever. Miotto can't mark it. He's going to pay it. He's paid it.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I thought I saw
I've
it
seen
bounce.
it all.
Monty.
Yeah, he touched it for about 2 seconds, I reckon, and then the ball was on the deck, boys. I had perfect view of that, so
Right.
looks like Warwick Henderson's coming in. I reckon he's going to maybe do something about this.
Yeah, Hendo's come in and said, look, mate, it's clearly not...
He's gonna ball it up now, yeah.
That's really good umpiring.
Yep.
An experienced campaign's come in to help out the more inexperienced umpire.
I reckon
They've
Mason
got the
wanted
right
to do
result.
that, but just wasn't quite sure if he could or not.
Mason
but Warwick
was all
knows he's
over
the
that
boss. Yeah, but Warwick knows he's the boss out there.
So Lockie Miotto was paid a mark that he didn't mark, and then in the end, Warwick Henderson's come in and said, boys, let's ball it up. Drew Bevan, who looks like he's got that match-up on Lockie Murphy-Dale. We'll get down to Monty soon. Clears for the Panthers. They got it on centre wing, far side. Driscoll kick just over the head of the big rooster. Pethbridge wearing him like a glove. And the ball spills out over the boundary line. I reckon some car lights are about to come on here at the McNamara.
Well, if you're listening, give us a flash. How about that?
They did that last time we were up here in the
There's
dark.
not many lights, unfortunately, lighting up here. Boundary
Not many
line.
listening.
No, not at all. A lot of people watching on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV, though, Monty, which is what we like to see. Maraka taps it here to Capillari. In trouble, onto Tenardi. Smooth through traffic. Good kick down the line. Finds Declan Bren. He goes short as well. Not a great kick at bootlace level for Murphy Dale, who's got Bevan right on his hammer. And it does look like Drew Bevan has that match-up, Monty, for Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, there's a swing they pulled at quarter time, I reckon. So Drew Bevan, we know, is just a hard-nosed defender, so he'll do the job.
Did some tagging rolls on Sam Murray and Tim Broomhead beautifully last year. Did Drew Bevan, Big Mac?
Tumut Rugby League player, mate. Says it all. Good operator, Drewy.
Just a pest.
Just a pest, that's it. Quick kick, might have been by Brent, inside forward 50, appealing for the free kick, he's going to get it! Oh! Look, Murphy Dale has got it. 30 out directly in front, plays on, screws it over his left shoulder for a poster. It's smashed into the woodwork. I reckon that's about the fourth poster today.
Yep.
2-5-17 Myrtleford, Lavington 2-7-19. It's low scoring and the rain hasn't started. 12 minutes gone on this McDonald's time clock. And that scoreboard is for C&V Truck and Bus.
Second term for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. It's Blake Penderecott with you and Robbie McKinlay for the Northo Hotel. Good kick from Patton. Gets it back in a 1-2 with Drew Bevan, who goes through traffic, hand passes it to Glenville. Ball on the wing, comes out wide to Newton. Right in front of Scotty Montgomery. He goes short, wasn't a great kick. Asks a lot of Paddy Ryan. Beatty's got him, holding the ball. Not a great kick from Newton.
Jeez, they all give him a shove.
And in the end, Diesel Beatty wins a free kick for Myrtleford. Kicks to half forward. Here's Tabernar, too far from home. He's got Riccardi over the top if he wants him. Runs into trouble. It's a really ordinary kick. Good pressure there from Jesse Hart. Copping a bit of stick from the Panthers. And here's Costello running out of defence for the Panthers.
Drives it long, penetrating kick from behind. Ball comes to ground. Oh, they'll pay that mark. They will. It'll be Pethbridge. Takes the mark. Calvane. Another hit man with the headband. To Munro. Munro has one bounce. Left foot kick, low, penetrating, looking for East and finding him.
Good mark.
Mark or free kick, call it what you like. Right on the 50 for Jackson East.
How good was that kick to him, but didn't really go above head high, did it? And just hit him on the chest, so it was a great kick.
Bullet. So he's still going to fancy his chances a bit here.
Come off 3 goals last week.
Right on his limit here, I reckon.
Right on his limit, I agree, Mont. He runs around to gain a little bit extra. Gee, he's got the journey.
Never in doubt.
And he's got the accuracy. It's a steel line goal of the day contender from Jackson East. He played on, kicked it from just on 50, and Myrtleford are back in front here at the McNamara Reserve in an enthralling contest. And stats tell the story Winky, what have you got for us?
Jackson Eats only his 5th possession for the game. He really needs to get in the game, but Myrtleford moving the ball really nicely in this second quarter. They've had 6 inside 50s now.
So 13 minutes have gone on the Macca's time clock. And on that CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, it is 3-5-23 Myrtleford, Lavington 2-7-19.
Yeah, guilty of the old flick over to the sponsors nice and quick.
Yeah.
There was the Big Mac looking at the scoreboard. Here's Jake O'Brien out of the middle, wearing the long sleeves, paddles it to himself, has about 10 fumbles, composes, Newton, left foot kicks really ordinary, asks a lot of Clemson, but he's a left footer. His kick, a dribbler, inside forward 50, coming across was Calvin, shovels it back to Ferguson. His kick was intercepted, went all of about 6.5 metres to Jack Glanville, just outside attacking 50, pumps it into the top of the goal square. Not a great kick for the Rooster. Too easy for Riley Smith, the big ruckman in the hole, who intercepts for the Saints, and they are away on the far side through Beatty.
They are, mate, and Declan Bren spills a tough one. So a little bit of a win there for the Panthers. It'll be a boundary throw-in on the netball court flank. About 65 metres around from the Lavington goal. Myrtleford lead 23-19. Hope you're enjoying the Easter Sunday coverage.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, Wangaratta 28, Yarrawonga 20.
Jack Driscoll, quick kick, inside forward 50. And it'll be locked away. Umpire Warwick Henderson quickly moves on that. So 35 out from the Lavington goal, Panda. They lead by 4 points.
The Saints 23 to the Panthers 19. The only goal through Jackson East of this second quarter. There's a hold here for big Riley Smith.
I'd turn the lights on, wouldn't you?
Yep, absolutely. Monty, you're on the ground level.
Yeah, it's quite hard too for the side we're sitting on. We've still got a bit of glare coming from the sun showing through on the other side of the ground, so it is quite hard to pick up the ball.
McNamara is open through Simon Curtis onto the chest to Riccardi. You could hear it hit his chest. He goes short to Ferguson. Slides down on his knees and takes that mark. 70 from home. Good kick into the pocket. Declan Bren. Good fist there from Hart. Ball spills towards East, who keeps it in Wayne Harm style. Declan Bren kicks the Sunjan goal of the day. An extraordinary goal. Was it Riley Booker? It was Riley Booker. He is an extraordinary goal kicker at stages. Put that down to Jackson East, who kept the ball in Wayne Harm style. And Booker has snapped a Boonanana from the boundary, Monty.
Yeah, how good was that? As soon as he got it, he was not looking anywhere else but the goals, and we know what sort of a classy finisher he can be, and just proved it time again there. So good there for the Myrtleford Saints.
The biggest lead in the game, I reckon, Wiki.
Yeah, I think you're right, Robbie. The Saints are really taking their advantage going inside forward 50, up to 8 now. 4 goals and 5 behinds. They've really made the most of it as Lavington have rued their chances.
I can hardly see a thing out there at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite dark.
This filthy window's not doing me any favours down this end either, Blake.
At least we got the open one here. Out of the middle now, Capillari. Dishes the handball off to Munro. Munro now to Maraca. Maraca, left foot kick. Inside forward 50. Panthers got the nub. Jesse Hart just falling back into space there. Takes a good mark.
The lights are getting turned on as we speak, boys.
That's a good decision.
You have asked for it, and it's happening.
Costello will mark. Deep in defence, though. Myrtle have had a good 5 minutes. Handball over the top to Bennett. Tony Bennett kicks the ball down the centre wing. Driscoll, he's got beautiful hands. Just a class player, Shawnee Driscoll. Sees the lead from Davies, ignores it, goes short, finds Charlie Douglas. Boys come in from Osborne. He goes short, nice little kick. Billy Glanville's got space. He sees Jake O'Brien. This will be dangerous. Munro, oh, good work by O'Brien. Held on to the mark. Now he handballs over the top. Puts a teammate under a lot of pressure, which was Paddy Ryan. He was slung to the ground. Agree. Yeah. Good call. The locals didn't like it, Panda, but it was there. Paddy Ryan to take the free kick.
It was the 2 motions from Matty Munro.
Yep.
And Pat Ryan has the ball, 65 out. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Driscoll from behind. Flies high, not able to mark. A few strange things happening in this ball game. Del Bosco, he's beset upon by a couple of Panthers, and it'll be balled up 20 out from their goal as the lights do get turned on here at the McNamara Reserve. The Panthers trail by 10 points.
It's a weird world, mate.
18 played for Maccas. It certainly is getting even weirder. Balled up. Davies in the ruck contest with Forrest. And we're going to have another stoppage by the looks of things. No, the ball does spill out. Driscoll, he's tackled. Nick Newton picks it up and kicks a goal. Talk about something from nothing. Driscoll was tackled. Newton picked the ball up, jammed it on the boot, and the Panthers bite back, Monty.
Yeah, how good was that? Just stayed in the contest there, didn't they? The Panthers ball comes out, Nick Newton quick onto it, and a great finish. We really needed that one after a couple in a row there for the Saints.
Billy Glanville and Nick Patton have really got busy in this quarter, both up to 7 disposals. Also, Shawnee Driscoll's got 4, and he's really looking dangerous every time the Lavington Panthers have the ball going in their forward half of the ground.
So the badly needed goal there from the Panthers, their first of the third quarter, which took 18 minutes. Myrtleford with 2, lead 4-5-29 to Lavington 3-7-25. 19 minutes have gone. The lights are starting to take some sort of effect.
That is a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
Big Mac.
Big Jack Driscoll tapped it to Shawnee Driscoll. Through traffic, Driscoll, smooth mover. Kick is long and deep, but it's well read and chopped out on the last side of the fence there. For Myrtleford by Petherbridge. He drives it long. Jack Costello's there with East. Costello does well, but the boundary line is too close. In fact, they're almost on the netball court there. It'll be boundary throw in slightly into attack for Lavington. Almost 20 minutes gone on Macca's time clock, and Myrtleford lead by 4 points.
Second term for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Scotty Montgomery on the boundary for you for Corowa Tiles. Winky on the 40-wing stat sheet, and Blake Panderescott and Robbie McKinlay with you for the Northo Hotel.
Shout out to Johnny from the Gap's listening. Not Johnny from Epping, but Johnny from the Gap.
Good on you, Johnny. We have another ball up far side of the ground, bathed with cars over there. One of only 2 venues, the McNamara, where you can drive into the footy. Good to see. Jackson East.
Where's the other one?
Cora Rutherglen.
Oh, yeah.
John Ford Oval. Here's Newton, has to get rid of it. Miotto almost caught him. Hurriedly to half forward. Oh, what a mark that is. A brilliant mark from Jack Glanville, who's floated in from the side and taken a Mawson's concrete mark of the day, and he can go back and put the Panthers in front.
Yeah, he's shown already in his game and a half for Lavington that he's quite good in the air, and he just showed then really strong hands. Hoof did a great job to just protect him from behind because he could have got killed, but he's looked quite lively, Jack. I reckon he's a likely type, and if he's anything like his brother, we know he'll be a superstar.
2 Turvey Park boys playing for the Lavington Panthers.
Mo Wiley can drive in.
You can, yep.
Can't park on the fence.
That's not an Ovens and Murray ground.
Well, they're playing there today,
I know
mate.
that.
Can't drive
Robbie,
in anymore,
one-off.
boys. You can't drive in anymore there.
Okay, you can't.
I did.
So here's Jack Glanville, 40 metres out directly in front, tugs it to the near side. That's through for a minor score. Lavington 3-8-26 to Myrtleford 4-5-29 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. 21 played for Maccas. What do you got for us, Winky, on that 40-wing stat sheet?
Myrtleford had won their star on ballers to find a little bit more of the footy. They're still in this contest, but Tenardi, East and Capillari all gone a little bit quiet here in this first half.
Curtis's kick's a good one. Finds Murphy Dale. He goes to the far side of the ground. Glanville brought the ball to ground. Chance over the top here now for Myrtleford through Harrington. Hurried kick. Rain starts now. First signs of that drops as the spectators from below here start to a general scatter as the ball's going to be balled up 70 metres out from the Myrtleford goal. They lead 29-26.
They are running the hills, the spectators. Look at them all.
Still looking for that punch
cars.
off, and he wants to bring one over.
Monty, like a good trooper.
Don't leave, Mont.
I reckon he's found a space under the Lavington bench almost.
Well, there's a lady
Tim
down
had told me
there,
where to go.
The rain is coming down here now at the McNamara Reserve on Easter Sunday. Someone always brings a bloody dog to the footy.
Yeah.
Keep him home.
Bloody oath.
Here's Harrington.
We'll
Left
feed
foot
him.
kick. Top of the goal square. Bevan went one hand. Riccardi. Lavington in defence here. Murphy Dale came through, and Bennett just torpedo punts it out to the far wing. Ball hits the ground. Forrest is going to be first there. In fact, Del Bosco. Forrest puts the shepherd on. Gets around his man. Kicks it out wide towards Harrington, and the boundary line wins out. And the rain is coming down pretty hard, Monty, for Corowa Tiles on the boundary.
It's actually probably just lightened off a touch, but yeah, it's still very dark out the back, boys, so I think it might hang around for a little bit.
Just a good example of what Ed Perryman's such a good player, what he's going to bring. Just that tackle there he did, created the hurried kick out of bounds instead of finding a target, and they get the chance to reset here, the Panthers.
Looking at the radar, it is not going to stop for a while.
Right, Del Bosco's kick inside half forward, but Nick Newton, who just pinched a goal not long ago, took the mark, played on there. Here's a bit of a chance here. Glanville, clever, the way he paddled that. Sorry, not Swinnerton. Geez, they've got some busy little half forwards there. Kicks okay, finds the big rooster who's come down the ground. So a little bit of a change in setup there. Annette drifting forward. Drives long, top of the goal square, ball comes to ground. Shawnee Driscoll's there. If he can gather, he might make something of it. He can't. Good pressure from the defence there. In particular, Nick Ferguson. There'll be a ball up, Panda, 15 metres around to Lavington Gold. They trail 26-29. 24 minutes have ticked over on the Maccas time clock.
Second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga. And as the Big Mac said before, for the Northo Hotel, who adjusts to the rain quicker will take the advantage in this ball game. Hope you're enjoying the action on O&M Live, 2AY Edge FM, or if you're watching at home, Lavington deep into attack. Glanville, just like Newton, squeezed it out of the stoppage and it looked pretty on song there for a while, and Myrtleford rush it over for a minor score. Lavington moved to 3-9-27. Myrtleford 4-5-29 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've played 25 minutes. So we go to David Wink on our 40-wing stat sheet.
Inside 50s, Lavington in 11 this quarter, Panda. They really have to take their chances when they're going forward.
Del Bosco took the kick in from Curtis, kicked it long to half forward, but Spooner did well. Handball over top to Costello. Back to Shawnee Driscoll. Back to Jack Costello. Look away, handball, trouble here. Shut down nicely there. Del Bosco from Myrtleford came through. Gee, that was good stuff from the skipper. And it's going to be a ball up 50 metres around. Lavington into attack. They trail by 2 points. The rain is coming down a lot heavier and a lot straighter now, Panda.
It certainly is. Hopefully not hitting our effects, Mike. No, it's right for the moment. Boundary throw-in. Forward 50 here for Lavington. Driscoll out of the ruck contest, kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Jack Glanville is a left footer. Dummies around one. Hand passes to Sanson. Gets the wrap around. Kick a goal, Jack. He's missed.
It's his 5th point.
Did all the hard work it is. That's his 5th point of the day. Got through traffic. Tied up against the boundary. 1-2. All he had to do was snap it. That's through for a minor score. Lavington 3-10-28 to Myrtleford 4-5-29. 25 minutes to pass for Macca's. Second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
Goal of the year contender. If that had gone through, Panda. A lot of nice lead up work there. Curtis plays on, runs his full measure, drives it long to centre wing. Jack Driscoll from behind, knocked it out of the road of Smith, paddles it. Handball to hurry by Costello. Boundary line looms and it wins out. So deep into time on. 26 minutes have ticked over on the Macca's time clock. Myrtleford lead it 29-28. Nothing in this game at all on the scoreboard. Both sides having a real good crack at it. Off half back now. Del Bosco again. Hurried kick off the right. Might be okay. Miotto takes a diving mark. Handball in a hurry. Now here's a chance for Calvane. Runs, has a bounce. He's pushed wide though. Kick's going to be good. It is. Finds Riley Sharp. 50 out from goal. Looks at his options. He's got Tabernar long. He goes to Tabernar, chopping in there, filling in with a very good mark. And he gets a good pat on the back. Is none other than that courageous little man, Jack Costello, Panda.
The work rate of this man, Monty, is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, hasn't he, in his first half. The way he's defensively ran to chop off a few times now, and the way he gets hard forward as well. Just goes both ends of the ground. It's fantastic to watch.
There is bigger things on the horizon for Jack Costello as Tenardi kicks it off a step to the top of the goal square. Tabernar got his mitts to it. Just outreaching arms. And it's through over the line for a boundary throw-in. Deep into attack for Myrtleford. They'd love to pinch one here against the tide, I reckon, Monty, late in the second quarter.
Yeah, they get this one. It probably just gives them that little bit more of a spark than what Lavington. Obviously, they've had a lot of opportunities. Lavington just haven't been able to put it on the board.
29 plays 28. Myrtleford lead. Late stages, second term for Jaco. Harrington wants to get back onto his right. Kick is a worm burner. Finds Swinnerton. As the siren sounds to end a pretty entertaining half of footy here on Easter Sunday. And it's the Saints who have had the 9 scoring shots, letting Lavington who have had the 13 by 1 point. 29-28 here on O&M Live. Stay with us, our halftime show, all thanks to Macca's on the other side of this. It's 2AY, Edge FM and O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. The Saints by a point. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTafe, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The Athlete's Foot. Fit for every run.
And welcome back to the McNamara Reserve here in, well, not so sunny Myrtleford for Easter Sunday football here on O&M Live. It's been a ripping contest. Not the prettiest football, but we're seeing a very good contest here between Myrtleford and Lavington. It's 4-5, 29, the Saints leading by the sole point. Lavington 3-10-28. Some inaccurate kicking. I'm joined the halftime show thanks to Elders Rule by our number one stats man on thanks to 40 Winks in David Wink. And Winky, not the prettiest football, but it's been a good game of footy all nonetheless.
No, I think both sides would go into half-time reasonably happy, Mon. Hasn't been, the most pleasing on the eye, but it's still been a good contest either way.
It has been, and if both teams take their chances, it'd be a much more attractive game. We're probably looking at that scoreboard a little bit. Lavington's had the 10 behinds with young Jack Lanville responsible for half of them with 5 behinds so far without a major. So he's one that's lively. They've had some guys that have looked likely inside their front half, but both sides have probably wasted some opportunities with their inside 50s and where they're attacking the goals from.
That's right, and especially Myrtleford, they're just bombing the ball in there to big Matty Taberner, which we thought could happen, but Lavington have gone inside 50s a few times more. They're pretty even across the board, to be honest, so both sides not making the most of their chances.
And we'll just quickly run through our goal kickers for Myrtleford. We've got singles to Bowen Colangero, Jackson East, Riley Booker, who kicked nearly a goal of the year contender with a beautiful banana, and Matty Taberner, the ex-Fremantle player who's back to his home club. While for Lavington, we've got 2 to Sean Driscoll, who's nearly been best man on the ground in my opinion, and 1 to Nick Newton. So we might quickly have a look at the 40 Winks stat sheet. Winky, what are they telling us for both teams, and then also the individual star players that you're taking today?
Again, the inside 50s are pretty even. The clearances are pretty even across the board. Both sides are putting up good contests through the middle of the ground. But Jackson Each, Mitch Tenardi and Bowen Colangero all have 8 disposals for Myrtleford, while Tom Capillari has a 7. Billy Glanville's the big one on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's up to 15. Shawnee Driscoll's up to 12 with those 2 goals that you mentioned. Jack Costello with 12 himself. And Ed Perryman with 7. Nick Patton has 11 as well, coming out of the back line.
That's hasn't he? Hasn't done a lot of it through the middle of the ground. It's been when he's been around half forward that he's looked so dangerous, and just been that link-up play that they've needed. Just hasn't quite been able to hit those targets when they're going inside 50.
Well, I think him and Alex Swinington are the 2 that look the most dangerous down there, as well as your man Jack Glanville, who's had 4 or 5 behinds. But between the 3 of them, they look really dangerous when the ball hits the ground down in the Lavington forward 50.
And then you throw Perryman and the likes into that mix. Nick Newton, who kicked that goal when he was down there. So they have looked lively. Well, you look at Myrtleford, they probably haven't played as good a footy as Lavington, but they're in front at half-time. So if you're Funky Miller, you've got to be happy with that.
That's right. You're happy without being happy, I guess. It's sort of their big names have been going okay, as I just mentioned on the 40-wing stat sheet there. Lockie Murphy-Dale, I think, is one that really needs to get into the game. We know how dangerous he is. I think I said pre-game, he's the hardest matchup for mine in the comp with his size, marking ability and his speed. But he's been really well held to this point of the game. Big Riley Sharp as well. He's coming back off a knee, first game last week. Has taken a few marks, but Myrtleford, if they can get him to clunk a few of these marks and use him as a forward option, I think they'll get on top. Yeah,
you touched on Lockie Murphy-Dale there. I think Drew Bevan and Chris Annette have both been tag teaming off him, and so that they're not just having to go one out. They've been working in together, so I think they're doing a great job defensively. I think both ends, their back 6, they've got to be so happy with it. They've been able to rebound defensive 50 quite well, and I think Jesse Hart, we spoke about pre-game. We also spoke about him off air. He's been fantastic, and he's had that matchup for large chunks on Matt Taberner and has done so well to start off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Alex Bennett in that second quarter especially did some really nice things, and Jack Costello got back there, took a nice intercept mark in front of Matt Taberner as well. And for Myrtleford, I think they just need to lower their eyes going inside forward 50. There's plenty of options there, and they're just allowing Jesse Hart and Alex Bennett and John Ospina and the like to take those intercept marks or just get a fist in there at the last second. If they lower the eyes, that's not an option for Lavington.
Yeah, it looks like every time they look up, they're just going to Matt Taberner, aren't they? And that's where their eyes go to. And Brodie Riccardi's been out a few times. Lockie Murphy-Dale is another one who's so dangerous. Riley Booker, who we know can kick some goals. They're all options inside 50, so maybe just take your time, lower those eyes, and not just go so Matt Taberner-centric, which we did speak about yesterday on the coverage down at John Ford Oval, that when you had those one-offs with a guy that is his size and his sort of stature within the game, playing that higher level, very centric towards him. So I'm sure that's something Funky Miller will address at half-time, and he'll be making sure that they do start to lower their eyes, because they're getting the ball there enough. They're just turning it over way too easily to Lavington.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Mon. Like you said, Funky will be bringing that up at halftime. One I have been impressed with is Big Riley Smith in the ruck. What are your thoughts on that ruck battle between him and Big Jack Driscoll so far?
Yeah, I think around the ground, I feel Riley Smith's probably on top, but I reckon Jack Driscoll has done quite a good job, especially in the centre of the ground. There hasn't been a clear dominance to either team, I don't feel, coming out of there with clearances. So I think that, it's been probably a 50-50 battle with Riley Smith just in front
really
with his work around. Yeah, absolutely. I think if we were taking both their possessions, that'd be pretty similar. It's just that Riley Smith's probably been a little bit more damaged with what he's been able to do when he's got the footy in hand. But you're sitting in the coach's room right now, you're Funky Miller. What are you saying to your crew to make sure that you come out after half-time, all guns blazing? The weather's set in a little bit. Looks like it's lightened off a little bit, the rain here at McNamara Reserve. But do they have to adjust a lot, or did he keep playing? Because it's not pouring rain. It's that sort of drizzly type rain that it doesn't affect the footy too much, but it can just make it a little slippery.
I think you still got to take the game on and keep playing. At this stage anyway, if it gets a little bit heavier, well, then you go into that sort of wet football sort of style where you get it long down the line, create contest after contest. But I think at the moment the conditions are still good enough. But I just think the message would be, boys, we haven't really fired a shot yet, and we're still in front. If we come out and play half of the footy that we want to play, and the footy that I'm sure they've trained over the pre-season, they're going to be really up to their eyeballs in this and be able to sort of, take those opportunities on the scoreboard. But I think the midfielder, he'd be asking the midfielders to lift.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And then you go into the rooms of Lavington, you've got Adam Snyder and his coaching panel. You're probably happy with where you sit, even though you're behind on the scoreboard. You've had 13 shots on goal. You've been quite dominant, I feel, with being able to retain it inside 50 more so than Myrtleford. They're probably ping-balling out a lot quicker. But what are you saying? What do they need to do, apart from cleaning up their goal kicking, which was a massive issue last year for them as well? What would he be saying to try and make sure that they come out firing in this second half?
Just keep taking the game on. I think that's got to be the message, especially with the young. Keep taking the corridor on that 45 kick that really opens up the whole ground. And the way that they've sort of got the ball from their D50 into their forward half has been really impressive. They chip the ball really well, wait for that option in the middle of the ground, then go bang, and really can move the ball quickly through the middle of the ground. I think you'd want it to keep going that way. And like you said, just clean up that final kick in front of goal. And I think Lavington would be pretty happy at the moment.
Now, of course, it is Easter Sunday football in the SS&A Ovens and Murray, and there is another game going on as we might go around the grounds thanks to Evolution Roofing, and down at the Lonsdale Oval in Mulwala, it's 4-5-29. The Wangaratta Magpies lead Yarrawonga 3-3-21. So a tight one there at half-time. It is an 8-point lead. We might just quickly also do a Ray White Rural netball update. Here at McNamara Reserve, Lavington were too strong, winning by 3 goals against the Myrtleford Saints. And down at the Lonsdale Reserve, it was just too good. Yarrawonga, they're just going on their merry way, 67-39. So they've had a 28-point or goal win, so massive. They just keep rolling. The A-grade netballers down at Yarrawonga. They just keep doing it every year. The one goes out, one comes in. They just do it all the time. So, yep, that's an impressive result, I feel, for Yarrawonga in the A-grade netball. And just repeating that, an 8-point lead to Wangaratta in the senior football down there at Lonsdale Reserve. Here at McNamara, it's 4-5-29 Myrtleford, 3-10-28 Lavington. So a 1-point lead to the Saints at halftime. We're going to take a break here. That was the halftime show. Thanks to McDonald's. We're going to be back with all the second half action after this break on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Welcome back to the McNamara Reserve. Both sides out on their ground doing a few run-throughs here at the moment as Robbie McKinlay has a few issues putting his microphone back on. That's normal, Robbies. Myrtleford 4-5-29 over Lavington 3-10-28. Blake Panterescott with you. Robbie McKinlay. We've got Scotty Montgomery who's just hiding up here in the box while it pisses rain down there. And also David Dawson-Wink who's filling out some of his best work on the 40-Wink stat sheet. So it's going to be wet weather footy in the second half. You've got the McNamara Reserve. Last year on Easter Sunday, it was 28 degrees and sunny. This year, it's raining, and it is raining over at the Lonsdale Reserve in Mulwala as well. So isn't it funny? You had a good Easter up until this point, Big Mac.
It can happen. We need the rain, though, Panda.
We do,
Don't worry about that if you...
Yes, we do.
And I had a gentleman ask me, because you know how you do the weather grabs after the news on 2AY and 3&E? They said, is Panda a meteorologist?
Right.
Are you?
No. I am fascinated by the weather. Yep. I think it's something that fascinates people as you get older. Maybe I'm just boring.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say it.
Where do you get your forecast from? How do you come up with what you tell us?
It's given to us by the Bureau, the BOM. So that's the official Albury-Wodonga BOM.
Do you ever
forecast.
have a crack yourself, just go outside it and say, I reckon there might be wrong here?
No, not really, because you look like a dill otherwise.
I like that how it's all pre-recorded, and he goes, it's raining right now, and then you look outside and the sun's out, it's 28 degrees, it's perfect weather.
Oh, well, I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. to do a live weather on 2AY, boys.
Why not?
I reckon Paul McSweeney used to. He was,
He just lived at 2AY.
Yeah, he did.
Macca.
Oh, well, 1 point I'm on. It's raining, so generally, it's probably not going to be a blowout, is it?
No, I think it's going to...
Good little contest.
It's going to make it very slippery, but we're talking about it's not super heavy rain, so it's not going to get slushy and puddly out there. It's just going to be that real slick footy, I think, once it hits the deck. But you see Tommy Hargrave just got the hamstring actually wrapped up, so it may be something. I did see him go to ground and really hobble for the last 2 or 3 minutes in that second quarter, so it'll be something we'll keep an eye on.
So they've cleared out big time here at the McNamara Reserve. We have no one in front of us, hardly anyone in front of the cam bar. They're all underneath us. We're underway in the third quarter here for Wiesners on O&M Live. It's a 1-point lead to Myrtleford as Glanville pumps him inside 50 quickly. Ball hits the deck. Swinnerton almost got there and marked it in time. Pethybridge keeps it in, hand pass it to Harrington. In fact, it's Ferguson. Off a step, bombs it out of there as far as he can. It's a free kick given away there by Clemson to Jackson East. His numbers, please, Winky, for 40 Winks.
There's been 9 for Jackson East.
A little bit quiet, coming in off 33 and 3 goals last week. His kick hugs the boundary line. In the end, a big pack of players see it over the line for a throw-in far side.
Got wrapped up in his fantasy, made him captain this week, and that was a poor call.
It was. Wonder how mine's going. Federico.
Probably average.
Lonsdale Reserve. Should have had it on Matty Wilson. Anyway, Big Mac, you take it away for all longer MG.
I know how your fantasies are going. We know how your dreams are going. Those extraordinary dreams.
Other fantasies there, aren't
there? If you're on pre-game and you heard it, Wodonga Raiders beat Real Madrid, was it?
Yes,
wow.
In soccer. And I was trying to convince Chad Owens how big of an effort that was. He didn't want a bar of it.
No.
I don't blame him either, just quietly.
What sort of creep are you, Panda?
I am a creepy man. Ask my friends.
Munro, quick kick, off half-back, kicks it inside forward 50. Jesse Hart's there. And I thought he might have been paid that mark. Play on's a call. I'm not going to doubt it because Warwick Henderson's there. They're one of the best in the business. And he says, give it to me, fellas. We'll ball it up, Panda. Just inside forward 50 for Myrtleford. They lead by a point.
Still no score in this third quarter for Wodonga MG. Myrtleford by a point. They're in attack here. Town end of the ground. Driscoll, the big boy, jams it on the boot. Hugging the boundary. Big pack between Smith and also Lavington Panther and here's Costello. That work rate is unbelievable, marking in defence.
Both ends of the ground, he's worked hard too as well. He's popped up with a couple efforts inside 50 at his forward end as well.
He's one of Lavington's most important players, the way he links them up along the wing. Here's Glanville. Billy kicks to an open 50. There is no one home at all. The first one there is brother Jack. Runs inside 50, strides away, keeps it low and kicks a wonderful goal. Against the play, Jack Glanville, after 5 behinds, finally gets Lavington on the board. And they lead by 5 points, 4-10-34 to Myrtleford, 4-5-29. That's modern footy, Monty, an open 50.
Yeah, how good was that? But you can tell with the wet weather, they've just jammed their forward line right up the ground to make sure that they just can bring it to ground level and halve the contest. But just out the back and the quicker legs, just a little bit too quick there from Jack Glanville. And finally gets on the board with a major, Robbie, after a lot of misses.
Yeah, indeed. And great finish, wasn't it? But again, we spoke about Jack Costello. He set it up from half back there. And also Jesse Hart too, probably unlucky not to be paid a mark down there when Myrtleford were going forward. So the Panthers get the all-important first goal of the second half. And when it's raining, it's always good to be in front. Scoring reduces. Jack Driscoll got the tap. Tenardi was good. Calagero, hurry kick to the far side of the ground. Jack Costello, he's leading in the race for the ball and he can't trap it before the boundary line looms. Panda, you're probably going to go around the grounds with the score soon. I can see you busily foraging through your phone.
I am indeed. Evolution Roofing, it is Wang by 8. Jason Hitley's son Parker just booted a goal for the Magpies.
Now Smith, is he going to be penalised? He has his throwing his opponent, Big Jack Driscoll, off the ball, and Jack will take the free kick. Centre wing, Panthers lead by 5. Here's Panther. This is quarters for Wodonga MG.
Panther, I like that new nickname.
Yeah, Panda.
Panther.
No, you're a hopper.
I got called Pumbaa yesterday, actually.
Who by?
One of Miranda's friends out walking. Boundary throw in, far side of the ground.
What are they saying about you, Panda?
I'm not too sure.
You're not carrying much.
No, I know.
Jeez.
Pumbaa from the Lion King.
Was it?
Well, yeah, it is with your walk, but you do have a bit of a Pumbaa strut about
Maybe
you.
your profile needs to lift a bit.
Yeah, maybe it does. I'm a weird. I walk on my toes. It's strange. Smith down to Munro. Calagero wraps up Jack Glanville.
Tell there's not much happening in the footy with that sort of talk going on in the box.
I liked his game though, Jack. He could have had 3 goals, Monty, for Coro Tiles.
Oh, he's looked so lively, and the way the two brothers have linked up a few times too, I'm loving that.
Billy was reefed off the football. Munro's got to get rid of it out of the stoppage. Kicks it on the boot quickly. It's been marked by Tabernar. He's hit the 1 goal, Big Matt, right in the middle of the McNamara. Pumps it long. Oh, wonderful intercept mark by Jesse Hart. This kid is emerging in front of us, Scott Montgomery for Cora Tiles.
Yeah, we saw it towards the end of last year. He just got better and better every game he played, and at the moment he's looking like a man possessed. He looks like a man who's 25, 26, has played 200 games.
His old man just hunted me out of the box next door at half-time. I was there with Fritter having a chat.
That's scary if he hunts you.
I said, no worries, Hardy. I'm on my way. The big fella. Both wore number 12 for the Lavington Panthers. Ball in dispute at mid and centre wing here. Now there's a whistle. It's going to be a free kick. Oh, I thought it might have gone the other way. Advantage real played. Perryman pumps the ball long to half forward. The Roosters there. Swinnerton closing quickly. Good pressure. Handball over the top. Inside ball to Curtis. Caligero's there.
Oh.
Ball spilled free from him. Play on's the call. Play on's the call. Now there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Panthers. And it's either going the way of the Clemson or Swinnerton. It's going to be little Swinno's got a Panther about 70 out from goal.
Lowers the eyes, a lead into the pocket. And it's Ed Perryman. His number's Winky.
This will be number 9 for Ed as well.
Started the game on fire. He gets yelled at by his coach next to Ushin Snides. Pumps it long, Driscoll out the back. That was Sean. In the end, it's been paid to the big...
Sanson.
No, it's Charlie Sanson, it is.
Come with about 3 sets of hands, I think. Very lucky to be paid that one, Charlie, but he'll go back here. Normally a very, very nice set shot for goal when he gets it in his hands.
So he's marked it directly in front. He juggled it. So a young kid who made his debut back in 2023 only managed the 11 senior games last year, kicking 4 goals, but if he can get some confidence early in this season, he can be a really good second stringer for the Lavington Panthers. Kicked 2 goals last week against the Dogs, and this to give the Panthers a mini break.
Big kick.
Massive kick in the context of this wet weather footy. Comes in and he makes no mistake. Good boy, Charlie. It's through for a goal. Panthers out to an 11-point lead, and that's on the Peterbone Home scoreboard. Monty for Cora Tiles.
Yeah, again, just was up there. I guess gave a contest, Lavy, got the foot on the boot, and Charlie Sanson just read it well in the air, and a really, really good take, and then the good finish. He is a beautiful finisher.
3 inside 50s to Lavington early in this third quarter. They really have been not making the most of their inside 50s so far, but already got an early goal in this third.
Yeah, 2 big goals. They kicked the last of the second quarter. So
3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row for the Panthers. It's the biggest run in this game so far. Jack Driscoll's, geez, had a good contest in there. Capillari's handball was a bit awkward. Caligero was good enough to win it. Got it back to East, who heads east, funny enough. Intercepted by Lavington. Handball, though, it's a bit messy here. Capillari again. Look away handball. Intercepted here by Perryman. Kicks it nicely over the top. Sanson couldn't mark it on this occasion. They've got the numbers out the back. And Ferguson with a good kick finds Capillari at half-back. Lavington lead by 11. Almost 8 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
The only 2 goals in this third quarter for Albury-Wodonga MG. Love to get Capillari in the game somehow. His number's Winky.
He's up to 10 disposals, had 3 early in this third.
So he's getting busy. Smith tries to get past 1. Umpire not buying it. We'll have a ball up on the far wing. A few cars with their lights on looking straight at us here, Big Mac. The lights are on at the
Anyone give us a flash, you reckon, over there?
Now they're listening.
Yeah, they will now.
Flash if you're listening.
There we go. Got a couple of flashes. Good to see. Kick to half forward. Beatty and Driscoll.
Blinding all the players.
Del Bosco off a step. Kick intercepted by Jack Costello. The man with an immense work rate. Kicks to an open paddock of space in the middle of the ground. Beautiful out the back hand pass. Here's Douglas pumping Lavington inside forward 50. Rooster! Took the big cake and dropped it at the last minute. And Pethbridge runs it over the boundary line. So a juggling attempt from the Rooster. Boundary throw at 45 around from Lavy goal. They lead by 11 points. That's on the Peterbone Home scoreboard. We played 9 minutes for Macca's.
Slick hands from Charlie Sanson in the middle of the ground there, wasn't it? How good was that? And got it to a teammate.
And then Jackie Glanville the same.
Oh, it was a bit going on in the goal square. Mitchy Daly's always involved. I love it. He's a passionate man.
There after that ball went out of bounds.
Might get a hit on the back of the head, O'Brien. Driscoll's there. Did he have the ball? O'Brien, play onto called. Driscoll, Shawnee. Handball to Billy Glanville. Kicks to the top of the goal square. There's an appeal from Sanson. The umpire says, throw it in.
Just Lockie Murphy-Dale's rolled up into the middle of the ground, boys. Obviously needs to get his hands on it. Hasn't had many touches in the first half, so they're just trying to get him around the footy to get him involved.
Not one player in the Myrtlefords forward half of the ground here. Every player in the Lavington forward 50 or middle part of the ground. Lavington lead by 11. They've got the ball in the forward pocket. It's a boundary throw in. It's a shallow one. Numbers of the ball, Swinnerton gathered it, beat a tackle. Now we get a chance to kick. Tried to take on another. Slick handball here. Boomerang from the boundary is a miss. It looked like it might have been, was it Patton? And it's a minor score. Rush through there. So margin goes out to 11 points. It was Clemson.
Too many blokes with blue boots out there that are left-footed, Robbie.
Yep.
And especially when the ball's camped on the far side of the ground. So 41 plays 29. It's a 2-kick lead to Lavington at the 10th minute mark of this third term for Albridonga MG. Mitchy Del Bosco, he's gone the full buzz this year. I like it. He's just given up. His kick has been intercepted, though, by Jack Driscoll. Liked his game, Big Jack. It's been a good contest between him and Smith. Kicks it into the pocket, looking for the Rooster. Caught in the sandwich. Ball spills to Clemson. Hand passes intercepted over the boundary line, and it'll get thrown back in. But the ball is still camped in that scoreboard pocket here at the McNamara Reserve. Right where Lavington and their forwards would like it. They lead by 2 straight kicks. David Wink, what have you got for us for 40 Winks?
Ed Perryman, Jack Cassell and Billy Glanville all had 3 disposals early in this game. Lavington already with the 6 inside 50s.
Little Swinnerton there involved with Pefferbridge.
He's been good today, Alex Swinnerton.
He's busy. He's busy, Winky. He's like you in the 40 Wink stats. Rooster might have been caught with it. Hurry kick by Matty Munro. Clever. Kicks to the advantage. And a great tackle there by the Lavington man. They can't quite pick him up there.
Do you reckon Taberner hasn't had a massive impact? Do you get him up around the footy or, across a wing or something like that?
Maybe in the ruck.
Yeah, just something for 5 minutes.
Yep, not a bad shout, Mont. Here come the Panthers again. Ends up in the hands over the top by Costello. Quick snap. Sanson! Big Charlie's marked again. 35 out directly in front.
If he puts this one through, it just shows you don't have to have an absolute blinder of a day, but just when your time comes, you've got to be there and take it with both hands, because he's kicked one already, going for number 2 in this quarter after a very quiet first half.
It's a long run up here from Charlie Sanson. He's going to start his approach from outside 50, and he'll kick it from about 35.
Looks like a solid routine, Big Mac, doesn't it?
Yep. One that's been just
Dad was one of the
away.
best at kicking at goals.
Yeah, Big Timber was pretty good. Left footer. Charlie's a right footer. And Charlie comes in and he's pushed it to the right hand side. Margin out to 13 points though. 12 minutes gone third term. Lavington lead. We're doing it for Albridonga MG. Here's Panda.
Game heading the exact same way as it did in about round 11 or 12 last year, where Lavington led in the last quarter by 20 odd points. Won't want to say this too loud because Adam Schneider's to the right of me, but they let that one slip. Probably cost them finals in the end. Myrtleford came back by 20 odd points.
It's one of those things happening for 2 years now. Their goal kicking has really let them down, and they're 5-12. You kick half of them, and all of a sudden it's 11-6.
I think Simon Curtis was the one that kicked the winning goal in that game as well, just to rub salt into the wounds. A free kick here to Riley Burker at half back for Myrtleford.
Yeah, ever since Snyde's been there, the goal kicking hasn't it? It's been...
Yep. Very average.
Yeah.
He was one of the best small forwards too.
Yep.
200 odd games for Sydney and St Kilda. Premiership player. Riley Sharp dropped the ball on the far wing. Here's Perryman working his way through a telephone box. Onto Hart. Torpedo punt. Does it stay in? I think it does. Valuable yardage for Lavington. Ball camped on the far wing and will be thrown back in 65 around from their goal. They lead by 13 points. Dave.
Billy Glanville up to 19 disposals in this game. We know what a really superstar he was last year. He missed a lot through injury, but when he did play, it was a real important call for the Lavington Panthers.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. Wang 45 to... Sorry, Wangara had a lead by 8 points over Yarrawonga.
Boundary throw in. Annette, high up and under. Tumbles it into the forward 50. Busy work there by Driscoll. Good tackle was Shawnee. And here go the Myrtleford Alpine Saints out of half back by Beatty. Finds Declan Bren. He has an option to go to Mitchy Del Bosco. He goes inboard. It's got to be good. It's a fist for Lavington. Chance here for Jack Glanville. He's clean with the ball to Costello. Costello's kicks. Charlie Sanson should win a free kick. He will. He will. He'll play on 2. He'll get it long, deep, driving kick. Big chance here for the Panthers. Getting the ball to ground. Falls away of Tom Newton. He can't get it. Munro. Excellent handball off. And they're out of trouble through Harrington.
Sharp Inboard hand pass to Jackson East. Got to make something of this here. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints. What a smother in the middle of the ground by Hart. Stopped the inside 50, but the Saints win it back. Munro, left foot kick into the pocket over the head of Josh Maraka, but it's up the end where you want it for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Their best passage of play, Monty, in this third term for Orbadonga MG.
Yeah, it hasn't been down this end for a long time, has it, in this quarter? So they definitely need to make sure they take this opportunity and get on the scoreboard.
It is the Panthers by 13 points on the Peterborough home scoreboard, Big Mac.
It is indeed, Panther. Good throw in too. High, long, bit of depth. Over the back, Nick Newton gathers. Handball was good. If it falls away, here he is. The machine, Costello, had one bounce. That's how brave and bold he is. Drives it long towards the Rooster. Coming out was Pefferbridge. Read the play superbly. Handball over the top. Closing ground is Hargraves. Needs a good bounce. Good work there, though. Off half back was excellent from Nick Ferguson. And kicks good. And they're going to get out of this okay, I reckon, Panda. Through Tommy Capillari. He's changing Guernsey. He's got me a bit, Panda. They work it off half back. Good work here, and it's our man Diesel Beatty. Handball inboard to Murphy.
Gives it back, Murphy Dale, but it hit the deck. It was a really poor hand pass. They're just fumbling at the minute, the Saints, not adjusting to the wet weather footy. Here's Capillari, kept on running back to Murphy Dale. Handball down the line to Calogero. Waits for an option inboard. It's Capillari, but he has to get around some Panthers pressure. Tumbling kick to half forward. Big fist from behind from Chris Annette. Diesel Beatty left the football behind for the Saints. O'Brien, inboard hand pass to Glanville. It's tumbled forward by Lavington. Going to ground was Calvini. Here's Clemson. They can link up by hand again. Costello, been best on ground for mine. Pops it over the top to Swinnerton. On to Clemson, who kept on running. The Roosters on his own inside forward 50. Off a step. Right foot kick is not coming back. Good hand pass. Chain down the line from Lavington. They got the overlap run. Couldn't finish off the play. 14-point the lead. 5-13-43 to Myrtleford. 4-5-29 as we go to Scott Montgomery, boundary side for Corowa Tiles.
They're the chances in these sort of games you've got to take. That can just give them that little bit of breathing space there from the big Rooster as a key forward. You've got to make sure you put those ones through. But, geez, they look slick by hand. Where Myrtleford going the other way, just turned it over and just gave Lavington the chance to go inside 50 again.
Yeah, I think Myrtleford trying to use it by hand too much there, Mont. They're crying out for a nice, long, deep kick. So Sharp has come a long way down the ground, has it at half-back in front of the scoreboard, which shows Panthers have built that lead to 14 points now. Told to play on. Drives it to the far side of the ground. And a good grab taken there by Lavington. And it looks like it's
Bennett.
He's been okay, Alex Bennett. He chips it to half forward, and it's Ed Perryman who has it panted. It's nice and dark out there. Get old mate to flash those lights again. He drives the ball long. There it is. It's a free kick. Going to go Myrtleford's way.
It's against the Rooster for a hold. He's getting caught out with his body position a bit here, Monty.
Big time. He's playing on a very good defender too, but Pefferbridge.
Good Pefferbridge.
Yeah, just getting him way too easily under the footy.
14-point lead at the 7/8 minute mark of this third term for Orbadonga MG. That's on the Macca's time clock favouring the Panthers. Big wrestle out on the far side of the ground. Still in the attacking half for Lavington. We'll have a ball up. David Wink, some of the leading stat winners in this third term specifically for 40 Winks.
Jack Costello's got busy with 7 for Lavington, while Tom Capillari's got the 6 for Myrtleford. Really starting to get into this game.
Right, Jackson East down for another one. Kick inside forward 50. It's open. Good tackle from Jesse Hart on Brodie Riccardi. And a rare inside 50 goes the way of the Saints. 40 out from their goal. We'll have a ball up. They trail by 14 points, Big Mac, for the Northo Hotel.
Yeah, what's Costello's stats for the whole game, Winky, for 40 Winks?
19 for the game, Robbie.
It's been epic.
Yeah. And there's a lot of tackles in there too. Do you take tackles as well, Wiki?
Not that good yet, Robbie.
Something you can probably work your way to, mate, if you
Don't
can.
worry, Back's been doing it 5 years. He still can't count to 5.
Yeah, free kick here. Mason Rings picked one out.
Simon Curtis.
That's going to go the way. And he finds... Oh, it'll be free kick. He was almost assaulted. Was Riley Sharp.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we know how good the kick is.
Mod.
Yeah, tight angle. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not kickable from Riley, but yeah, just Simon Curtis from anywhere I'd back in, to be honest. But yeah, kicking into the pocket, probably not the option, I would have thought. You see Tommy Hargraves just coming to the bench too, boys. You see on that chase he had before inside 50 that just can't quite go with that hamstring heavily strapped at the moment.
So Riley Sharp, the Saints trail by 14. He's had to kick it from about 25 metres, but it's quite a tight angle. Kick on the way. And he has kept it to the near side. Minor for 30, Lavington 43, 19.5 gone. It's for Albury Wodonga MG this quarter. That's on the Peter Bowen Homes scoreboard.
Hope you're enjoying the action here on O&M. Hope the Easter Bunny came to you and your family as well earlier today. Sydney playing Port Adelaide Easter Sunday footy. We'll go around the ground soon, and also like the Easter Sunday night game, St Kilda Bulldogs. It's a poor kick. That is a very ordinary kick from Nick Patton. I have no idea what he was looking at because Declan Brenn has intercepted. And does he have the journey here? 48 directly in front.
I reckon he's got the journey. I'm not sure about the accuracy, but yeah, Declan Brenn hasn't had the best of days, but he has been all right in patches. So he just needs to go back now, take his time, make sure he puts this one through.
This could be a really costly kick in, an error from Nick Patton and the Panthers. He kicked 50 goals in 14 games in a premiership side for Bright last year. He knows how to find the goals, Decky Brent. This has to go through. Kick on the way is to the far side. Minor score. Myrtleford don't have their kicking boots on in this third quarter. They go to 4-8, 32 to Lavington, 5-13, 43. 20 minutes played for Maccas. Third quarter for Albury Wodonga MG.
Out to Bright for the bit of a cashy for the year, Panther, and back in.
It's good enough to play at this level, big man.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, he's a good player. That's a more longer penetrating kick from Nick Patton. Oh, down went a Panther player. Might have been a bit of friendly fire there. Umpire says called, play on. A lot of players over the footy. Myrtleford come out with it now. Calvane, handball out the back. Jackson East, hurried, right foot kick, inside forward 50. Oh, he's going to claim the mark, Murphy Dale. He's going to be paid at 2, I think.
No.
Warwick says give it to me.
Was it touched off the East kick? Or
I'm guessing it must have been touched somewhere.
We're assuming it is, Panda. Umpire Warwick Henderson just was very quick to pounce on it. Ball up, 45 out for Myrtleford's goal. They trail by 12 points. Kickoff, the ground was extraordinary. It might work out okay. They got numbers at the ball here, the Saints. They can't penetrate the pack though. Here's a chance again. Capillari, handball, snap. It might be okay. Was it from Maraca? No, last line of defence. Panthers hold up. They go long to centre wing.
It was Jesse Hart on the goal square. Took a wonderful mark onto Glanville. And here's Sanson on the far wing. Has no teammates around him for support. So hand passes to Grass. Capillari, inboard kick through the midst of Big Riley Smith. Tenardi, good kick, finds Sharp. 2 kicks from home. Need to make something of this.
Yeah.
Fure forward here, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Sharp kicks into the pocket. Where's Tabernar? He's nowhere to be seen. And big Drew Bevan doing a good job today on Lockie Murphy-Dale. Takes an intercept mark for the Panthers, just wasting their opportunities, Monty.
They just weren't on the same page. They're going inside 50. Oh. It's a bit of a rush kick here.
Ordinary kick, and Driscoll has to get rid of it. Big run down from Brandy. Just got foot to it. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints locals aren't happy. Yep, you can hear it through our effects, Mike. And we have a ball up inside attacking 50 for Myrtleford. They are pressing in this third quarter at the 22-minute mark for Maccas, but they trail 31-43.
Emotions were high, Panda. That's what we love. That's what we like about our footy. Driscoll did get a boot on it. Now they pump it this time through Clemson, the half forward. There's no one at home here. Good work by Pefferbridge. He was calm in a crisis. They got numbers. Smith for Myrtleford. Quick kick. Over the top. Oh, you've got to take it in that situation. It was touched off the boot. Fair enough. Driscoll got a kick in the ribs there. Here's Jack Costello. Look away. Handball to Nick Newton. Now to Billy Glanville. Glanville back now. They're going to have to punt it forward. They do. Driving it hard to wing. A big mark by Riley Smith. Centre wing. I'm not sure if he's got anyone to go to. He goes short. Pander and finds East.
Yeah, it was a Mawson's concrete mark of the day. East lowers the eyes inside 50. Good delivery. Finds Murphy Dale. He's pointing to the spot where he thinks he marked the ball. He's
given himself a good couple of metres there, hasn't he?
He has indeed. Mason Ring says, no worries, Lockie. I'll mark it where you tell me. And he'll line up from 45 out directly in front.
Jackson East, we know what sort of user he is. He just hasn't got his hands on it enough today for the Saints, but that there just showed his class. Lowered the eyes, didn't get too centric to the bigs deep. Went to the small fella leading up in. Lockie Murphy-Dale is a good option.
Are we doing his numbers, Winky?
Yeah, 14 for Jackson East. That's his 6th disposal for the quarter, so really starting to get involved.
A big long run up from Lockie Murphy-Dale doesn't produce the finish in the end, and it just scrapes through for a minor score. Saints kicking themselves out of it here. They're owning the territory for 8:32. to Lavington 5-13-43. That is on the Peterborough home scoreboard as we tick up towards time on. Big Mac third term.
Is he still playing soccer as well?
I don't
Don't think
so.
so. Hasn't for a little while.
Yeah, fair enough. Good kick in by Patton. Del Bosco off the back for Myrtleford. Drives it long, inside forward 50. Knocked down by Patton. Numbers of the footy are strong here. Here's a chance for Munro. That was a clever handball towards Bren. Diving in, or was his legs chopped? I think they might have been,
Tenardi.
and that's the call. It'll be Tenardi will get the free kick. And it's on a similar shot where Riley Sharp had a crack at it about 5 minutes ago. They just need one of those to go through. They only trail by 11 points. This will bring it back to 5 and be game on, Mon.
Yeah, and the quarter won't have long left. Only been the 2 goals scored in it. But I love the work of Matty Munro today. I reckon he looks super fit and he's covering the ground really well. And he was the guy that just drove in then, got the footy out, and then they were able to get the free kick from there.
So Mitch Tenardi, can he reduce the margin to 5 points? Kick on the way, and he doesn't like it. Another miss. So both sides have had their chances. They're not making the most of it. Margin back to 10 points. Lavington lead, 25 and a half minutes gone. I reckon there's only 30 or 40 seconds in a Panda.
33-43 on the Peterborough home scoreboard as Nick Patton will just pump this one long. Enough of the short stuff. Does that to centre wing. Big fist. Falls to the deck. First one there is Bennett.
Here we go.
Jams it on the boot, and there is no one in attack once again. Out the back is Alex Swinnerton. Does he have the wheels to go all the way? Steadies from 45 for goal number 3. Swinnerton across the face. Quick transition from Lavington. He was camped out the back. Only one man in the lolly shop, and it's through for a minor score. 44 Lavington, 33 Myrtleford. 26 minutes played. Monty on the Macca's time clock.
Oh, they did well to get out the back there, but just had to be a little bit better and get the finish because it's been disappointing. The ball use inside 50 for both teams.
There you have it. 3/4 time here at the McNamara Reserve. Swinnerton just missing a golden opportunity. Lavington could have led it by 16. They still lead it by 11. 5-14-44. Myrtleford 4-9-33. Game on here at the McNamara Panda.
Certainly is. 3/4 time. Stay with us after the break. 4th quarter action with you on 2AY and Edge FM, OMFNL Snap Print Solutions TV. Monty is getting out of the box. He's heading down to the huddles. He's going to have a chat to the coaches. We'll find out what's going to happen on the other side of this. Big Easter Sunday edition. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
%100% locally owned and operated.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the McNamara Reserve. Don't worry, Trenner, I'm here, my friend. And Lavington lead by 11 points. 5-14-44 to Myrtleford 4-9-33. That's our panel operator who was probably just a little bit worried we weren't coming back because our microphones were all off. Welcome back to 2AY, Edge FM and O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. Blake Panderescott with you, Robbie McKinlay, David Wink, who has our Albury Vital Air quarters best.
That quarter there, I thought Billy Glanville and Jack Costello for Lavington really got on top in the midfield battle. And while for Myrtleford, Tom Capillari had the 8 disposals. You called for an early Panda. He needed to get into the game. He found a lot of the football towards the back end of that quarter. Looked like he actually went to half back and sort of created a bit of a run there. Also, Jackson East, we called for him to get in the game. He had 6 disposals in that third quarter. Thought he was really good as well.
Big Mac and also Monty, of course, boundary side for Corowa Tiles. What do you think would have been the messages at 3/4 time from the respective coaching staff?
Yeah, I think for Adam Snyder, it would have been just got to keep bringing that pressure. The pressure's been fantastic for the first 3 quarters, and now one more quarter in it, we've just got to make sure that every chance we get, we take, but make sure we put them under the pump when they win it. While for Funky Mill, it would have been, let's just stop stuffing around with it by hands between the arcs. Let's get it on the boot, find a target, lower our eyes, because when we've done that going inside 50, we've looked dangerous, but at times when we've bombed away, Lavington have been able to rebound way too easily.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, it is the Wangaratta Magpies leading Yarrawonga 7-6-48 to Yarrawonga 5-6-36 over at the Lonsdale Reserve. I can't help but think this is so big for Lavington to go 2-0 to start the season. They've got the reigning premiers on Anzac weekend next weekend, followed by North Albury. So a couple of really big weeks coming up, and banking wins early is so important in the 18-round Ovens and Murray season. Give them a lot of confidence that they can achieve some things in 2025. Just got to hold on here because they let one slip last year at the McNamara Reserve. Big Mac.
They're going to score. They keep trying to score. That's the trick here. So we know Myrtleford will come at them. As Winky said, Myrtleford's last 10 minutes, they probably dominated, apart from that last chance Lavington had. But Myrtleford had a really good 10 minutes. But I think they kicked 3 points in that time. So anyway, we are set to go. Lavington lead by 11 points. Here at Myrtleford, Jack Driscoll goes up, wins the tap. Caligero, Curtis was there. Curtis was held without the ball. I thought it's not going to matter. Caligero gets a hurry kick into half forward. Capillari knocked off the footy there by Charlie Douglas. Good handball now inside here to Pat Ryan. Ryan kicks it to half forward. Driscoll, Shawnee took up front position. Diesel Beatty won it. Kick off the ground by Jack Glanville was clever. In now to half forward. They get numbers swarming the Panthers. Quick handball. O'Brien, he's clever. Left foot snap. Kicks it behind. Stretches it now to 12 points.
The handball.
45 to 33.
Monty from Big Kai Davies.
Yeah, it was slick, wasn't it? What about the handball backwards? I think it might have been Diesel Beatty from Myrtleford. You just don't give up territory when it's a bit slippery because it's so dangerous if it doesn't go to hand.
Ball comes to the deck. Swinnerton, a really nice hand pass. Hart, Costello, some of the young guns combining. Costello's quick kick inside 50. Charlie Sanson head over this football. Ferguson under his hammer. Glanville's done a 360. Found a hand pass at the last minute. Diesel Beatty shovels it back again. Leaving the football behind was Del Bosco. Left foot kick from Driscoll through the mitts in the goal square of Davies. Here's Pat Ryan to give the Panthers a big lead. He's missed from the top of the goal square. Oh, the goal's beckoned for Pat Ryan. Had a little bit more time than he probably thought, and it's through for a minor score. 13 points the margin. Lavington extended to. We've played 1.5 minutes in this fourth quarter for Tyre Power. Can't help but think what sort of confidence that would have gave Lavington, Monty, if that went through.
Oh, absolutely. Kai Davies dropping that mark at the top of the goal square. Zach Pepperbridge, who was down on his haunches, just got up and got a fingertip on it.
Yep.
He takes that, puts that through. The game's nearly over, boys. But, oh, well, good scrambled defence there from the Saints.
Just had some opportunities. Jake O'Brien, 3 behinds. Jack Glanville's kicked 3 or 4 behinds. Swinnerton 2.
Paddy Ryan
2. Paddy Ryan 2. So, well, that's not a good kick in. And Hart, he just reads the play so well. He marks a lot of players forward of the ball. He'll just pump this long. It's all about possession now. So rain continues to tumble down. Davies from behind, running onto it. Snapshot. Goal! Is it Swinnerton? It is. Swinnerton does it. It was just perfect forward craft. He ran to the face of the pack. He got the crumb and he rammed it home. In fact, it might have been.
No, it was
Swinnerton, yep.
It was Swinnerton. Guts Mitchie Del Bosco, he's done the job, and the Panthers stretch the margin now to 19 points.
I tell you what, that is how you crumb off your big key forwards. He hit it at absolute pace and read it beautifully off the hands, and then it's just so quick hand of foot was Alex Swinnerton right then to put that one through, and a great finish for the Panthers and a great start to this last quarter.
Not taking his numbers today, but he's had an absolute terrific game, young Alex. Lavington already 3 inside 50s deep in the early stages of this last quarter, really putting the pressure on Myrtleford's back six.
The young guns, Hart, Swinnerton, Costello, all combining. They are set for really big careers if they don't go on and play higher level footy.
Drew Bevan just undertaking a bit of a fitness test on the bench too, boys.
He certainly is. Driscoll's kick was a high up and under. Costello will hold this footy in, driven to ground by Simon Curtis. And his kick was partially smothered. Perryman, good hand pass out to the tough nut Costello. Straight up from the Curtis tackle. Kicks inside forward 50. Calvini brought it to ground. Beatty was dispossessed. Davies over the football. Here's Sean Driscoll. His mercurial right foot snap is a beauty. The vision was beautiful from Shawnee Driscoll, who found Jack Glanville all on his own inside forward 50. And this will put the nail in Myrtleford's coffin.
Just how good was the Lavington midfield then? Just they probably should have lost that contest, got a smother on it, and then got the clearance away, got it inside 50, and Shawnee Driscoll's vision inside 50 was absolutely unbelievable there. Now Glanville, it's all in his hands, needs to go back and put this one through for his second.
So he's kicked one, but it's been an almost day for Jack. He's kicked 4 or 5 behinds to go with it, but this to extend the margin to 25 in the wet at the 5th minute mark of this final term for Tyre Power. Jack Glanville comes in and rams it home. Oh, the Panthers look really good in 2025. They'll be hard to stop now. Jack Glanville with his second. David Wink on the 40-wink stat sheet.
The Lavington Panthers have got themselves an absolute dynamite pair for brothers. Jack Glanville, like you said, Panthers had an almost day. He's probably had 20-odd disposals, 2 goals 4, 2 goals 5, while Billy's dominated on the 40-wink stat sheet with 22 disposals, and I'm sure he's going to finish close to 30.
I reckon it all started with Ed Perryman's handball under massive pressure, and he found Costello, and that's Ed Perryman. Every possession he gets, you'll find it has an impact on the game.
What I've liked, Robbie, look at the midfield mix they got right now. Normally you see Hargrave and guys like that, the older guys, but they've got young guys in there. It's great to see Newton and that man Perryman.
And there he is, Perryman. Ed gets it out of the middle, drives it long. Driscoll, almost claimed it. Oh, Nick Newton, the look away step. He's caught though. Play on was the call. Now he's going to ping him.
Big Warwick's
now
coming.
there's advantage here for Curtis to run with the ball. Kicks it down to half forward. Slipping over was a Myrtleford man there. Bennett, step one way. Back to Hart. Hart, quick hands. Patton Back to Bennett. Bennett under pressure. Took him on. Took one high. Play on's a call. Mason says no. You're caught. East's got it. Advantage rule played. Murphy Dale couldn't mark. He dropped it. Jakey O'Brien's there, and he'll drive it long to the centre wing.
Swinnerton and also Harrington. In fact, it's Miotto. Two Bushranger boys going against each other in the middle of the ground. Newton wasn't a hold of the football. Swinnerton kicks really smart onto big Kai Davies, who can run and ram this one home for Lavington and put the margin out to 31 points. Kai Davies with a steal line goal today. Welcome back to senior footy for Kai. Panthers are running away with it on Easter Sunday.
How good was that from their back half there, Lavington? Just got it out into space. That man, Swinnerton, again, was massive in the contest at centre wing. And then to get it inside 50. And Kai Davies, we know what sort of talent he's got. 3 or 4 years ago was a regular in the senior side, been out for a little while, but he comes back and finishes with a beautiful goal here in this last quarter.
We spoke about all day, fellas, both these teams not taking their chances inside forward 50s. That's Lavington's 5th inside 50 for the fourth quarter, and it's their 3rd goal. Really hurting Myrtleford in this last quarter.
Well, Winky, I'll trade you one for 40 winks. That's 5 goals in a row, my friend, for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Robbie.
Thank you very much, Winky.
Well done, Robbie.
You just give me absolute nothing. That one went through to the keeper. There, yes. Thank you, Trent. And a great reward for Kai Davies because his mates pre-season, they dragged him along to extra training sessions. The big fella didn't like it for a while. And they got him into a bit of a habit, and he's paying dividends. Smith, the tap for Myrtleford. Bouncing off. They had nowhere to go. Chance for Jack Glanville. He's just been smothered by 3 Alpine Saints. And he picks himself up, the young fella. And he's adapted superbly to Ovens Murray football. He's an impressive operator. They reckon he's as good as Billy. Billy likes to shut that down pretty quick, but he goes right, Panda.
He certainly does. I like the call from Winky. Dynamite pair of brothers. Here's East to half forward. Like this guy too. He's done a roll as Bennett.
He's been good, Alex.
Coming back from Monash Blues. Margin 31 points to the way of Lavington at the 7th minute mark for Maccas. Good mark in the middle of the ground, Shawnee Driscoll. Came down with a bit of something to worry about.
Maybe cramp.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep, looks like it's cramp. He's been live wide today as well as Shawnee. Plays on and pumps it to half forward. Big pack of players will form. Trying to mic that footy was Davies. In fact, it was Osterhoff. And there's a whistle and a high free kick. It's going to go the way of Lavington. And at the bottom of the pack, I think, is Swinnerton again for the Panthers.
Just looks so lively as this kid. I've loved his game today. He gives a hand off.
Handballs it off to Nick Patton, who drills one to extend the margin to 37. Look at the left foot from Nick Patton. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints were asleep. Patton's rammed it home, and it's going to be 2-0 to start the Ovens and Murray season for the Panthers.
Well, if you don't know that kid can kick at 55 on his left, you will now, because that's something that we're going to see a lot this year when there's a guy right on his range. But Nick Patton come from half back to get the runaround handball. And just so switched on. Swinnerton and Patton both on the same page there, and a great finish. And this game's all but over now, boys.
16 disposals for Nick Patton today, and I reckon there's only that one that he short kick out of the goal square when he kicked it out. That's the only one he's wasted. He's a beautiful kick of the footy.
That's 4 goals in 9 minutes to start the fourth quarter, Big Mac.
8 minutes of play, Panda, absolutely. In rainy conditions. So they've now kicked 6 in a row. Smith won the tap. Got it to Maraka, who's been pretty quiet. Just a handball back after Carrigo. On to Munro. Munro handball to himself. Over the top now towards Tenardi. He couldn't get it. It looks like they're handling the conditions so much better, the Panthers. Kick, ball comes inside forward 50. Riley Booker overrun it. Chance for Jackson East. He'll get a free kick, I reckon. Got it high. So East, he kicked a goal from here in the second quarter, I reckon, Panda.
It was.
He played on, didn't he? It was almost identical position, so will he try to repeat the dose?
Haven't kicked a goal in this second half, Myrtleford.
That's how smart Swinnerton is. He's standing exactly where he would like to run. Now he runs in at him. Goes short. Booker couldn't handle that. Billy Glanville does. Hurried kick towards the boundary line. And it slew off the side of the boot. Beats Swinnerton. Out of bounds between half forward and centre wing for Myrtleford. Lavington lead 9-16-70. Myrtleford 4-9-33. 10 minutes gone the final term for Tyre Power. And that was on the border switchboard scoreboard, Monty.
Now, I'd expect sooner rather than later, that Lavington will just throw an extra behind the footy just to make sure they control the game from here on, because it is all but over, being at 37 points.
And a big hello to Brendan Genvie from Border Switchboards. He'd be pumped. His Wangaratta Magpies are beating Yarrawonga in the other Ovens and Murray Easter Sunday game. And here at the McNamara, it's a boil over in the end. The Panthers are winning by 37 points. Kick to half forward, goes out of bounds as the rain comes in sideways here at the McNamara Reserve. We might get an around the grounds update if we can as well. Wangaratta 61 to Yarrawonga 43. Xavier Laverty's kicked 4 goals. It's 12 minutes surpassed in the fourth quarter there. For Tyre Power, here's the Big Mac of the Northo Hotel.
Some of us tipped Lavington.
You and I?
Yep. We've got on board there, haven't we?
I might have picked the card this round, actually.
Yeah, I reckon I might be. Yeah. Took Wang. Happy with that. Smith, he's been okay today. Geez, him and Big Jack have had a great contest. Probably the most even battle for the day between those two. Lavington's defence has dominated. That back three of Bennett, Hart and Spooner have been absolutely magnificent. As Bennett applies another tackle. Handball's intercepted. Jack Costello, the workhorse. His work rate's amazing. Tumbles at the half forward. Big fly from behind. Peffridge brought the ball down the ground to Calagero. Hurry kick, inside forward 50. Punch from Bennett. Knocked on. Is this the chance for Myrtleford? Running into an open goal and kicking it. Sliding in. Trying to pick up the player there.
Harrington, was it, boys?
It might be Harrington. Whoever it is, he's coming off the ground. It is Harrington. Great spot there from Monty. Boundary side. And that just gives him just a little sniff at it, Monty.
A little sniff again, just really good forward craft. Just got to the right spot at the right time and got hand to boot really quickly there, and a great finish from Damon.
They're going to want to kick a couple more quickly, I think, boys. Lavington are well on top here.
5-9-39, Myrtleford to Lavington, 9-16-70. That's on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. And a miracle here at the McNamara for the Myrtleford Saints to come back in this one.
There's been miracles before on Easter Sunday, old mate, I can assure you. Historically.
There has been. We need another one here in the wet too.
Not many come back from the death.
No. So Smith punches it out to Maraka. Left foot chiseler into the pocket. Downfield. Monty, you saw it for Coronado Electrical.
Just the contest. It was a little bit late. It wasn't a lot in it, but yeah, it's just a little bit late.
Hasn't had his kicking boots on today, but Murphy Dale is the recipient. He's got him down for 2 behinds. For Lockie,
I've got him for 3.
I'm going to take your call over mine, Monty, because you're normally right.
I got him for 2.
Well, he's kicked behinds.
What do you got, Wing?
Well, he hasn't kicked a goal yet, has he, boys? So we'll run with that.
They need him here. He kicked 40 goals last year, missed 4 or 5 games of footy. Big, long approach. It's a tumbling old kick, and it's through for a minor score. So he's either kicked 3 or 4 behinds, has Lockie Murphy-Dale. 5-10-40 to Lavington 9-16-70. We've played 13 minutes on the McDonald's time clock. Fourth quarter. Big hello to Harry and the crew at A1 Tyre Power Wangaratta.
Here's another 40-wing stat for you, Winky. I'll give it to you in a second here. Smith pushes his opponent off the ball. Capillari feeds the ball back out to Del Bosco. Almost tripped over himself. Jack Glanville applies the press. That's a free kick. Incorrect disposal. For the whole second and third quarter, we only had 5 goals. The first 12 minutes of the last quarter, in rain, we've had 5 goals. Funny old game. Glanville, just almost close to best on ground today, this lad's game. He hasn't done much wrong. Pumps the ball long. From behind. Oh, Smith's got his headband knocked off. It was Shawnee Driscoll who came over the top and ruffled his left ear. Panda?
Bit of an ear massage.
Ear massage.
When they're that big, you got to try something, fellas.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
all that big to you, Winky.
30 points, Lavington lead. Here's Panda, Blake Escott.
So the Saints have it at half back. You see Buka's looking at the corridor, wants to bite off something aggressive, and he does. Bren leans up at him, hits him right on the chest. Centre wing, broadcast side. He's going to pump a tumbling old kick to half forward. Hart and Newton almost get in each other's way. Hart's paid the mark, and then he just boots it long to the far vacant wing. In a contest is Pethbridge and also Charlie Sampson. Pethbridge on his left foot. Good kick, finds Munro. He's a left footer. Wants to play on straight away. Dinky little one finds Riley Sharp, who's led a long way in front of the scoreboard, and he pops it over the top. to Brodie Riccardi right in front of the scoreboard, and this has to go through.
Yeah, been one of his quieter days, Brodie. Hasn't really had a lot of action deep inside 50, obviously carrying that little bit of a hand injury, so he needs to just stand up here for his team and put this one through to give him half a sniff.
15 minutes played for Maccas. So this has to go through to bring it back to 24. Drop punt, tight angle on the way, hangs out to the right. Caught behind was Ferguson. He's gone forward. Quick kick is through for a minor score. Not what the doctor ordered for the Saints. 5-11-41 to Lavington 9-16-70. That's on the border switchboard scoreboard. Winky for 40 winks.
Jackson East and Bowen Calogero have 3 touches each in this fourth quarter for Myrtleford. Really want to try and get Tom Capillari the ball in his hands if there any chance here.
His hand pass back to Del Bosco was awful before, wasn't it, Big Mac?
Patton kicks it long to wing. Smith flies high. Glanville, Billy, Jake O'Brien mops up. Kicks it long. Tommy Hargraves back on the ground. Clever tap to Sanson. I was going to say Timmy.
Timber!
Sanson kicks it into half forward. Now Capillari's all on his own here. Swinton's trying. Oh, Swinton got one. The umpire missed it. Ferguson juggled on the boundary line, and to be fair, the umpires were probably watching the play, but just a little bit behind that, there was a little clip.
One back, Jess.
Anyway, Capillari has it.
Maybe a bit of QB mayo.
Bit of mayo.
Yeah, well, Diesel Beatty went back and really gave it to Alex then and said, "What are you talking about, kids?"
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. Munro has it at last line of defence, Panda. No, it wasn't Munro, it was Calogero. Take it away, mate.
Ferguson. He's got Riley Forrest in front of him with a 20-metre short one. He can pop this one over the top to Matt Tabernar. Quiet day for Matty.
You taking his stats? So
nah, didn't waste the ink on it.
You're not.
Scott said it, not me.
Cop that. Wow. Welcome back home, Matty. In the wet on an Easter Sunday at Myrtleford. Off the chest of Riley Smith. Falls away of Bennett on the wing. Outside of the foot kicks, a nice one. Dropping the mark there at the last minute was Clemson. Was he paid a free kick or a mark?
Shot behind his
he paid a free kick.
He's got Jack Costello, 40 from home. Decides not to go there. So he's going to kick this into a big pack of players inside 50. Resting down there was Costello. Beatty tackled by Costello. Myrtleford defence under pressure. Ferguson, good spin out of traffic. Hand pass was intercepted though by Swinnerton, the little B. Left hand pass is a high one. Is there a free kick for a sling? There is, Monty.
Yeah, it's going to go to Alex Swinnerton. Just the tackle held on a little bit too long, and now he's paid
50.
a 50. He's going to make it a certainty
50.
against Lockie Miotto.
50 here for Alex Swinnerton.
Give the crowd the bird too. Good on you, young fella.
He's done the Harley Reid.
$1,000
$1,000, yeah.
Is it Jamie's young bloke?
Don't know.
Swinnerton's young bloke?
Maybe.
Nearly would be, I reckon.
Yeah,
Let's
probably
ask
is.
him after the game, Monty.
Yep.
So Alex Swinnerton, this will be 2 goals, and this will definitely seal the win for the Lavington Panthers. We'll kick this almost from the top of the goal square. Got a free kick for a sling tackle, and then a 50-metre to go with it. So to extend the margin out to 35 at the 19th minute mark. Comes in. Car horns, don't worry, Alex. He'll give him the bird as well, and he pops it through. And he gives it to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And Lavington are home. What a win this is. What a start to the season for Adam Schneider's men, Monty.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? 2 big wins in a row against teams that here and Lavy were probably a little bit off the pace, but they're showing now they've really stepped up over the off-season with a couple of recruits, and their young kids that are coming through have really stood up, and especially in a weather that probably suits Myrtleford today, they've shown this to how their footy's going to stack up no matter what time of year.
Their kids have been absolutely unreal today. We spoke about it pre-game. That list sort of 23 and under have been absolutely unbelievable for Lavington today. Swingington, Newton, and then young Jesse Hart back in the back 6 have been brilliant, along with Jack Costello, of course.
How many touches, Winky, for Jack?
He's up to 23. He's only had the 3 in this quarter. He's just on the bench, I think, at the moment, having a
I
rest.
think that's the first time he has come to the bench all day.
Give Billy Glanville another one. Swimming again, left foot, chipping kicks a beauty.
Oh.
Gee, that's class.
How good's this kid going to be?
Absolute class from Swinnerton. And Charlie Sanson. I called him Timmy before.
He'd love that.
If I'm a forward with Alex Swinnerton in my side, I'm not going to stop leading at all, because he just sidesteps around blokes like it's going out of fashion. That was so easy then, the way he got around that would-be tackler. So just keep leading, boys, at a deep forward, and Charlie Sanson did that and got the mark and gets the reward.
So we'll get to Panda after this kick from Charlie Sanson to put what's already beyond doubt to almost double. This would double the score. Charlie Sanson, kick on the way, has pushed it to the left-hand side, might have scored 11-17.
Out of bounds on the full.
Out of bounds on the full, so 10-16-76. Myrtleford, 5-11-41, 20 and a half minutes gone. Panda, what do you got there? You were looking at me very suspiciously.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, 11-point lead to Wangaratta, 62-51, but Yarrawonga are coming hard in that one. Lockie Howe just kicked the goal for the Pigeons. And what an impressive fortnight it's been to start the season for Lavington. They started the year 0-2 last year, 2-0 this year. And a good young crop of players who are hungry in 2025.
One thing I've liked, everyone's spoken about losing Tim Hanna. I've loved Jack Driscoll in the ruck. I think it's been a blessing in disguise. Timmy Hanna going out there how long?
Well, we did ask that question to Schneids in our pre-season podcast, and he said he's had to play forward for the last couple of years at Lavington when really he is a number one ruck. And it's allowed Kai Davies to go and play second fiddle with Timmy Usterhoff down there as well. So, structurally, they look pretty sound, the Lavington Panthers. I like what I see. And we've got a boundary throw in on centre wing. Right in front of Monty, who's dominated the boundary today for Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical. Two businesses want to sponsor you, Monty. That's how good you are. Smith off a step, out of the middle. Kicks to Jackson East. Big crunching tackle from Spina. Felt that one up in the commentary box, and Glanville's caught holding the ball by Matty Munro. 55, 60 metres out from Myrtleford goal.
Welcome to John. Oh, there he is, Swinnerton. That's how busy he is. He smothered that off the boot. He's clever. The fist from behind was good by Ed Perryman. Comes to ground now. Now Myrtleford might be a bit of a chance here for a late charge at it. Tight to the boundary and paddled over there by Costello, who looks like he's gone behind the ball. And he talked to any of the Panther boys during the pre-season, and their comment generally was, yeah, we'll go all right, don't worry. And that's pretty much how it's panning out at the moment. As Big Jack wins another tap. Munro overran it. Kick off the ground by Billy Glanville. Give him a stat for that, Winky. It went to 20 metres. There's Swinnerton pressuring, tackling, harassing. Glanville, handball out the back to Costello. High up and under. Who's there? They got the numbers. Myrtleford's big Pefferbridge dropped it. Jeez, he got the jumpers pulled off and Pefferbridge trying to go on for the business here. Keep an eye on, there's a bit of a scuffle going on. A bit late for that.
Swinnerton.
A little bit late for that. Yes. What do you make of all that, Monty? You're down boundary side. You're almost involved in it, Monty.
Pefferbridge just went on a little bit longer, and Swinnerton didn't take a backward step, and they're still going at it.
Mason's right there in the thick of it.
Mason will do something. Anyway,
he probably needs to do something to stop him, doesn't he?
Ferguson has a free kick, and he passes to Lockie Murphy-Dale. And there's 4 Myrtleford players to 2 Lavington. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, we'll probably get a boundary throw. Jackson East is there, paddling the ball, couldn't pick it up, tapped cleverly.
It is WrestleMania weekend, Scott.
Here goes Ed Perryman, a little bit of class. Handball over the top now to Jack Costello.
They're just being silly here, Myrtleford. They're giving away some free kicks and just being doing some stupid stuff here off the ball.
Adam Schneider, I reckon, is letting a few of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints players know just about the scoreboard.
Yep.
76-41 Lavington lead. It's been their day on Easter Sunday at the 23rd minute mark for Maccas. 4th term for Tyre Power. Left foot tumbling kick to half forward. Driscoll working hard in defence for the Panthers. Here's Bennett onto Patton, shovels it back to a net, off a step. Oh, good courage shown there by Perryman. Didn't know what was coming the other way. Curtis's tumbling kick has been carefully placed over the line by Jack Costello. He's as tough as nails, that boy. We have a boundary thrown right in front of our commentary position as we start to think about the anytime fitness, Monty and Winky.
Yeah, Monty's thinking about that.
It's
Winky's
an easy
having
one
a
for
bit
me.
of a look. Jack Driscoll's having another crack in the ruck. Out the back here's Capillari, tackled, under pressure. Harrington might have dropped it. Play on to call. Calagero got a kick, handball to Smith. Smith kicks it inside forward 50. How about that for a spoil? How about that from Alex Bennett, was it? It was indeed. Oh, gee, they've been impressive, the Panthers. They have stuck at the task. They lead by 35 points in wet, slippery conditions. 25 minutes gone. We've got a Myrtleford player down. I think it's Lockie.
Yeah, it's Lockie Murphy. You know what I've loved? The back six of Lavington today.
Yeah.
They have not given an inch. They have been back shoulder the whole day and just have not given anything easy. And that contest right there from Alex Bennett was just personified what they've done all day today.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, we've got a siren at the Lonsdale Reserve, and the Wang Magpies go to 3-0 with an 11-point win over Yarrawonga to start the Ovens and Murray season. And here we have a player down for Myrtleford. It looks like Lockie Murphy-Dale. Getting some treatment to his chest region by the looks of things.
It's in the marking contest.
Yeah, he just had the arm come across, and I reckon it might have been an elbow that got him, but there was nothing in it. He was just going to spoil the ball. But yeah, just two high velocity players hit each other at the wrong time.
It's probably a good time to blow the siren, isn't it?
Yeah. Just go tell him, Robbie. Just pop your head in.
Well, there's 25 minutes gone here for Tyre Power in the last quarter. And Murphy-Dale's just getting to his feet reasonably gingerly here. Looks like it could be neck or chin or something like that, but he's walking off very slowly. Good to see. He looks all right.
Hopefully he's only just heavily winded from that knock clash.
No, I think he might have been.
I reckon it might be concussion related by the looks of that. They don't
He's
want to
holding his jaw too there, boys. So.
And now the back of his head. So could be in a spot of bother, which is not what Myrtleford want, heading into a massive Anzac Day clash against the undefeated Wangaratta Magpies at the Normans Oval next week.
Is that under lights?
3 p.m. start.
3 p.m.
Take it away, Big Mac.
All right, where were we? A boundary throw-in. It's forward pocket for Myrtleford. Lavington leads 76-41. 26.5 minutes have ticked over on the Macca's time clock. And for Tyre Power, I reckon we've only got a couple of minutes left in it this fourth quarter. Adam Snyder down there, boundary side, talking with his sidekick there, Tim Sanson, to be pretty happy, the Panthers, with their performance. That's a cracking throw-in late in the contest. Held without the footy, I thought, was Maraka. Got away with it. Here's Jake O'Brien. Kicks it to open space. Ferguson's all on his own out there if it sits for him. Shawnee Driscoll's chasing after. If he one slip up and Shawnee will pounce here. Ferguson did okay. High up and under. Oh, jeez. Sitting under there was Capillari or Munro?
Beatty.
It was Beatty. Well, we reached third man up. Here we go. Now it's Munro. Had a bounce in the conditions. Munro drives it long. Inside forward 50 from behind. Newton's there. Out the back is John O'Speen. A good smother out over the boundary line. Boundary throw in 10 metres from the behind post. Lavington have got it won 76-41 here at the McNamara Reserve.
What do you got for us in the fourth term, Winky, for 40 winks?
The inside 50s have been pretty even, although Lavington have made the most of their chances and kicked away early. They've had 10 to Myrtleford's 8.
5-1 in this fourth quarter. The margin was 11 points at three-quarter time, and it's been all Lavington in the fourth quarter. And here is Nick Newton in the pocket for the Panthers. Started pretty good. Good kick. A really big long raking kick out of defence. Clears the whole pack. Beatty, background level. Bit of work to do. Perryman, who's got class written all over him. On to Clemson. Left foot torpedo is to an open 50. There's no one in the Lavington half of the ground. And the first one back there is Zach Pethbridge, who was involved in a bit of a scuffle earlier. Left foot kick. Asked a lot of Capillari. At half back, in between the square and the defensive 50. Goes to Calogero. There's Myrtleford Saints players out everywhere here. Riley Buka at half forward. Lowers the eyes and finds the gut-running Jackson East right in front of the scoreboard. I reckon he's got this in him. He kicked a goal from a similar position earlier. Runs around on the right. Kicks good. And it's across the face for a minor score. Margin back to 34 points. 5-12-42 Myrtleford to Lavington, 10-16-76. We're almost there, Robbie. We've played 29 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Fourth term for A1 Tyre Power.
What about Monty? Boundary side, mate. You're stuck with these conditions. You have not flinched.
Oh, I'm that tough. I'm just staying out here in the rain, boys. Don't worry about that.
Good on you, Mon. And no jacket,
no
umbrella.
one brought a poncho for me.
Just passion.
Short,
Absolutely
dirty shoes
passion
now.
For the contour. Here's Ed Perryman through traffic. Handball over the top to Jake O'Brien. O'Brien, it's a booming right foot kick off the spiral. Shawnee Driscoll's there with Beatty. Beatty leads the way. Driscoll pressures him. Beatty stays with the footy. He's going to have to get rid of it. Mason's lurking.
Oh.
Mason says, give it to me.
He's
been
lurker,
pretty
Mason.
good today, Mason.
Umpire's been good.
Really good. Hendo. I don't know who the other character is, but he's a goer.
He did the reserves as well, the other bloke.
Yeah, he did too.
Yep.
Yep,
Good on him.
Good paycheck on Easter Sunday. Take it away.
Double time.
Riley Smith in the ruck with the big rooster.
Are we on double time?
Take that up with Andrew Harrison. Capillari back to Ferguson on hands and knees.
Maybe not.
Miotto beset upon in defence. They have not stopped all day, this Lavington brigade. They've led at all stages in this second half almost. They've been outstanding. They trailed by a point at half time after leading at quarter time. And they've kicked 5 goals to 1 in this fourth quarter to run away resounding victories here at the McNamara Reserve. Here's Josh Maraka, half-back, junction of the 50 in the boundary line. Plays on, finds Big Riley.
He's been good.
Yep, I reckon he's been really good.
Been great. Been a good battle, those two.
Yeah, bloody oath, him and Jack.
He goes short to Capillari in the middle of the McNamara Reserve. They're chipping it around here, the Alpine Saints. Del Bosco's got it in the middle of the ground. He's going to pump them long.
Yeah, he does pander. Go to half forward, but intercepting. Taking the mark. Nick Newton. Play on. Off the left foot. So it was Jack Glanville. He's found Tommy Hargrave. Now, Tommy, you got one on the left on your own there, but he says, no, I'm just going to drive it long. Fair enough too. Good spoil there from Pefferbridge. Comes to ground. Jakey O'Brien centres the ball. Driscoll couldn't trap it. He runs at it. Kick off the ground, and it's a minor score. Rush point. There's a Myrtleford player down there, Monty. That is the most elongated siren I've heard in a long time, but it signifies a big win to the Lavington Panthers. They go 2-0. They win 77-42 over Myrtleford here at the McNamara Reserve in a super impressive performance from the Lavington Panthers.
An Easter Sunday special for Lavington. What a win to come here against the odds. Only 2 people gave them a chance. You and I, Big Mac.
Yeah, that was us.
And they ran away big winners in the end. Too good in the second half. 10-17-77. It probably should have and could have been more. 5-12-42 over the Alpine Saints. 5 goals to 1 in the last quarter after they led by 11 points at 3-quarter time. And Monty's heading out on the boundary now. I reckon he's going to find out anytime fitness.
Gee, it's a bit of a... Who would you go? Like Jesse Hart, Jack Glanville?
I reckon there's a young kick wearing number 11 who kicked 2 goals and was just outstanding. Two last quarter goals when the game was there to be won. And his pressure all day was outstanding. We didn't do his numbers, did we, Winky?
We didn't, but he was phenomenal.
You will next time, I reckon, Winky.
Maybe
yeah,
something
I reckon
there
I
for you,
will.
Winky. What, in future, mate, you can make them up. No, it will be authentic.
Premier Datas will be out tomorrow, Big Mac.
Yeah.
And that's what they'll all look at. Now, man, Winky will destroy them all. So a 30... Well, the scoreboard's been turned off really quickly. 35-point win.
Correct. 10-17, 77 to 5-12-42.
For Lavington over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Monty's gone trekking very, very far. Hopefully we can hear him if he's that far away.
He's nearly in Bright.
He is. He's almost actually at the Buffalo Hotel.
He's got his
He's
man.
almost walked back to town. Take a photo, Monty. Don't forget. Yeah, we got him down there on the
got me down here,
boundary.
boys.
Yep.
Got him. Got Alex Swin.
Well, come a bit closer, Monty, if you can.
Keep walking towards the boys, mate.
Got you now,
mate. How good's that? With a big result coming up here, 2-0 to start the season on Easter Sunday, and to get those guys in conditions like this, it's a hard one up here.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better, does it? Trouble up here, Easter Sunday, get the job done, and on to next week.
Looks like you played 100 games out here, mate. Just enjoying playing against the men and being able to do what you do.
Nah, credit to the boys. Like, I didn't do much, but it helps when it's coming in well and all the other boys are working hard for you and you get on the end of a couple. So,
well, mate, we loved your work today. You're Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, so go and enjoy the win.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, don't forget to grab a photo of the great man as well, Monty, if you can, for our socials. He'll love it. We don't have a sign, unfortunately. He's going, where's the bloody sign?
We'll get a sign next time for him, boys.
Yeah, Gussie's left it in Corowa. Blame Gussie.
Okay. Angus, I reckon he left his heart in Corowa.
I think
Gussie.
he did. Maybe he
Good
left
on
it.
him.
He left it in the rooms watching the song after the game yesterday. So a big win to Lavington. Well done. A resounding win over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And that just sets them up for 2025, doesn't it? 2-0.
Yeah, it does.
And the reigning premiers with not an ounce of fear next Saturday at the Wangaratta WJ Finlay Oval.
Yeah, I think just winning that first round match first time in 3 or 4 years that they've been able to do that. Was a big start, but to go back it up with an away win at Myrtleford, then that's one banked already at Myrtleford. They don't come back here. They've ticked that one off. It's massive, Panda. It gives them a really good shot at it. Now, as you said, it's Swang Rovers next week. Yeah.
Into North Albury, so a big fortnight, and why can't they win both? So the way they used the ball, especially early, they've done a lot of work in the off-season on their ball use, and I doubt there would be a traveller in that team. The biggest traveller is Ed Perryman from Wagga. He drives up, but he trains every week, and it shows to me that there's a team that is connected. Maybe Nick Newton, he might live in Melbourne and for his
very
VFL.
good today.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they're a connected outfit.
They get, if Mark Sheaver could get a bit more football in for him.
I think talking to Shawnee Driscoll on Friday,
maybe
looks
not.
like, he probably won't play too much footy.
Yeah.
So we'll follow Monty into the rooms. We'll try and get this song. Hopefully our wireless microphone stays true to us. It's been good today.
Thing about them too, Panth, I noticed watching their twos play, they play a similar brand of footy.
Yep.
And that's all part of the big plan too. So big win for the Panthers, absolutely 77-42. It'll be a pretty good rendition, you'd think, this club song.
Well done to the Lavington Panthers.
Yeah, missed that bit, won't hurt.
Yeah, well done. A big win at the McNamara Reserve over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Stay with us after this. Both coaches will hear from Craig Funky Miller and also a big, very happy Easter Sunday, Adam Schneider, David Wink, after a 35-point win to the Lavington Panthers over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Our post-game show for Harvey Norman betting on the other side of this. Stay with us on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.